Hi guys, welcome everyone to Ayumia Cafe, new podcast. We're gonna discuss season 3 changes, season 4 changes. And
Where
today
am I?
Shut the fuck up! I'm Sh2py, Waterfudge, Piemaster, and Sh2py. Please introduce yourself. Sh2py, you can go first.
Hello, my name is Sh2py. I also go by Sh2py on Twitch. I'm glad to be here to circle jerk with my good friends about the recent seasons and the new changes.
Waterfudge, go ahead. Take the stage. Great, thank
Oh
you.
no, what am I supposed to say? Yeah, there we go.
Just
So
you
you're rank
are.
1 in a last
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
abuse a broken SSS champions. I am character carried.
Who you
Most
Mhm.
plays
are.
Lennox, so that's broken SSS.
Yes,
At
Lennox
Brandon.
is broken. At Brandon.
Piemaster, you wanna say anything as a welcome?
Hi, I'm Piemaster. I'm basically one of the few heart players left on NA, and I was rank 2 right behind Fudge.
Impressive. Where did Brendong end? Top 3?
I
Well,
think
I was
Brandon
3,
top 4.
and
Yeah.
I was 2 and 3. But
Oh, okay.
so
Yeah,
he was 3.
ratio.
Okay,
And
and
you
we
fell
also...
off. And the hood watches Waterfudge now.
Well, yeah, she's broken. Brandon's already molding. Okay, and we also have Roy, but no one cares really about him. He's some kind of...
Oh.
Ah.
Um,
Why am I not labeled on your stream?
You are there.
You are
no?
literally...
You're
You're
at
at
the
the
bottom
bottom
left.
Oh my
left!
god, I'm at the
You're on
bottom
the
left.
ground, you're on
Dude,
the
why do I
ground.
blend in?
I put you on the
Why do
ground.
you-
That's
Who'd
crazy.
you
I didn't even
blend in
see
with?
that. Okay, but I'm Mia's Roy, also known as Mice Roy.
Okay,
I was
thank you so
Diamond
much.
last season.
Okay, we're gonna start with the
Okay.
first topic. Okay, thank you guys. First topic. We're gonna look at season 3 first, and then we're gonna take a break after we did all the season 3 topics, and we're gonna go into season 4. The first topic, best changes. What do you guys think the best changes were in season 3? The whole season. Who wants to start? Great, I heard Waterfudge wants to start it off. Go ahead, Fudge.
True.
Yeah. Greatest change?
Yes. I
That's
gave you
crazy.
guys all these questions
Yeah,
beforehand.
okay,
Are you
I'll start.
sure?
I'll start.
I was just,
I'll start.
not
I'll start.
much.
I think the biggest and the best change in season 3 that I've personally found was they removed bandages from factory. If you guys don't remember factory before the change, it was literally like 6 to 7 people starting there every game.
That was
Just
actually
because
the worst change in the game, and it
I have
Oh.
a better build now. Wah.
But yeah, I think that was a really good change. It did obviously break hospital because they have bandages and similar items, but I think the fact that Nimble Neuron is willing to actually change some of the map and item distributions is really nice. And I think it was a smart decision.
I think it was kind of power crept when it went into Ali, and like suddenly Ali got like super good. Everyone's like, oh, Roy made a build for Adela, right? A 3-zoner, which was kind of broken back then. They did fix it though, I think the patch after.
I mean, it wasn't that broken because it needed 3 bandages, which is pretty shit.
Yeah, that's fair actually.
And you're not getting 3 bandages in Ali.
Fair point.
But there was a.
Oh yeah. When I
Yeah,
first saw the change, I actually thought Ali would be absolutely like giga contested, but it wasn't. Surprisingly, it was mostly hospital. But I think they did say they're gonna look into hospital, so I'm just waiting for that change. I was actually expecting it for the recent patch, but I was surprised to not see it.
Anyone else has any changes they
Well,
liked
Alpha
in the
and
new
Omega
season?
were part of like pre-season 3, right?
Yeah,
Like
they
I
were.
feel like
Season
those are
3.
really good as an introduction to add more options, I guess, for objectives on the map, so you're not just only bears or only wolves until Wick.
That's fair.
Well, nothing really changed much about that.
It's just like an extra point where you could opt into a fight if you want to.
There was a big change in Alpha and Omega in season 3, right? That's a season 3 thing. What do you guys think about those changes?
You mean season 4?
Oh no, I mean like Alpha and Omega were implemented in season 3, so
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought it was a good change.
okay, yeah.
I just thought I think more things to do is better because it's like an objective that everyone knows where it is. So if you go to a random bear, it might not be contested. If you want, like if you're strong and you want to fight, you want to go to an animal because it's good use of your time and maybe you can take a fight. And this objective is the same thing, but it's everyone knows it, so you have a better odds of taking a fight there.
Yeah, it also made game pace like quicker, right? Like a lot more fights are happening because some people need to force it. Like Yon needs to contest it, Leo needs to contest it, other characters do too. So I feel like the game pace has gotten a lot faster since then. Also with like the 3 changes happen at the same time. Meteorite also changed at the same
Right.
time.
Oh, right.
There were
yeah,
like a
the
lot of
tree change.
objectives. Yeah, exactly.
I
So
forgot
it's-
about the tree change. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I forgot.
like all
That
of that
was good.
happened in the same patch pretty much. So game pace was super quick suddenly, is what I felt at least the first few weeks. Then people got more
Yeah, I
used to
feel
it.
like the tree change was really underrated. I really enjoyed the fact there's 4 trees now, and you can kind of dice roll who's gonna go where. I think it keeps the game a little more fresh instead of like, oh, it's second tree, a heart's gonna be there. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's fun and not fun. It's like, all right, second trees are spawning in hospital and forest. Oh, 4 people went to hospital. 1 guy went to forest. Forest guy gets it for free. Everyone else just loses for going to hospital. It's just that part of it sucks, but
Oh,
I
good, good.
guess it's just an option. Like,
Yeah.
it's still probably better than the old one, but that aspect of it is not enjoyable.
Oh,
That's
also,
Mhm.
the other best change in season 3 was how they changed tree. So if you take damage, you don't stop tree randomly, and you can actually collect
True.
it now.
Oh yeah.
Like the way it used to work back then is if you're a melee character going for tree, it was Omega Giga like impossible because they would just keep poking you down. Or there's like those old clips of like Leon just poking you down with the Q from like a fucking mile away. You can't do that anymore, which is really nice.
I'll never forget me and Binky in like season 2 fighting for tree for like 7 minutes.
Yeah, I remember
It was
that.
like,
And you
it
guys-
was like Zahir and Hart fighting forever. Just no one could fully commit on the other, but no one could take the tree because we both just throw Q.
Yeah, I remember you guys cooking mid-fight as well. Just grab
We
an
just-
orchard and flower. Yeah, yeah.
It was a pride thing. Can't give that up.
But yeah,
That's fair.
there were
Worst
quite a
way in
lot
the
of
world.
changes in season 3, which I think were overall a good changes or a good change. But
Yeah.
I don't know if there's more to talk about for season 3
No.
unless others.
Well, I
wanna bring-
think the only other thing is I like that they're consistently adding items throughout season 3. Like more items is just good.
Also new
I feel like-
passes and stuff.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
new
Like
passives,
more
yeah.
interesting items.
Yeah. Like they
Like,
started
more
doing
and
that in
more
season 3,
interesting.
right? I don't think they did it in season 2 really.
They added some in season 2, but they added more in season 3.
Yeah, more complex things. Like the unique passives started becoming a thing in season 3, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, season 2 though, we had stupid like focus impact like that. That one sucked. That's a season 2 one or like
Wasn't that season 3?
no, that's season 2 where they added that. I
No,
thought.
season 2. Yeah, yeah.
It was definitely
Really?
season 2 because it was people were playing the tank Magnus that went dark with Vadra.
That was season 3.
End of
Actually,
season
I
2.
think that might be pre-season 3. I'm having a hard time
Oh.
remembering, but
That's-
I don't
that's season
remember. I don't remember Meteorite being Omega contested until Focused Impact was a thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just remember it was definitely season 2. I remember
Oh.
Averse complaining perma about you trying to climb on it at the end of the season.
Well, that was
Fudge.
season 3.
Bro, season 3 just finished.
Alright,
Oh, really?
alright.
Oh!
Yeah, it did.
Oh, this is season 3.
Yeah. I remember now because of
Oh.
Magnus. Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
Wait, it's season 2. Oh, okay.
Season 2 was manly Magnus and Duck killing people.
Yeah, manly Magnus.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
Flipper's
Millions
going wild in
buddy,
chat,
yeah.
guys. Alright, okay, enough about the changes for season 3. I think we're over that. Let's go next one. Let's talk about meta. Best and worst metas. What do you guys think? Let's start with the best ones first. Opinions.
What was the worst? Oh wait, what?
What
We
was the
started
worst?
with the best. Are you
Yeah,
dumb?
best
Oh,
one,
okay.
idiot.
We are
Sorry.
committed to the worst because that one
Okay.
was the worst.
Okay, I know,
What?
like, that's something you remember more, but what was the best meta?
We have a good meta in season 3. No, okay.
You
When we
guys hate
talk
all of
about
them?
meta in NA, it's really hard to decide because we have such a limited amount of players, and a lot of the times, whatever people want to play will become the meta. But
Mhm.
one thing that I did see common throughout every player that was like pretty high ranked was fish and chips. I guess in a way that's kind of good because people are actually considering making good food, and it's like playing the game to an extent. And I think it really kind of shoe-shined or shed light on the fact that you can kind of abuse mastery, especially with fish and chips. But yeah, I think it was a pretty good meta, especially there were a few people sharing fish and chips. And
Yeah,
That meta sucks.
not-
I
not
lost
in
to the fish-
solos.
I died to the fish and chip sharers.
Not in
That's
solos,
easy.
right, guys? We would never do that, right?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
right. Anyone else have a
They're-
meta
they're
that you
just-
liked? Wait,
They were
go
just
ahead.
in the box.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what you meant. Nimonura was sharing them with you.
Right.
Right. Anyone else? Did you guys like more metas, or is that it?
Fuck these meadows. All of them
I'm trying
suck.
I'm trying to think
There were
of like a
not that
actual
many
defined
metas in
meta,
season 3. The
Like,
biggest
right?
metas in season 3 were definitely gloves, and some mages. And I feel like they
Sure.
were really prominent throughout like season 3. Yeah, like Shuriken as well.
Shuriken rework was too dumb.
That was,
Oh,
yeah. I loved it, but
Well, like the couple of weeks after Shuriken rework where it just stayed broken forever. So here getting like 80 damage off his Q and a hotfix nerf, like it was awful. You just died when they pressed the button.
oh, this
And
sounds
I
like a
remember
worse meta already.
Rapier, especially end of the season, Rapier was like super prominent. A lot of Rapier Fioras, Rapier like, Kiaras and the Dellas. And all three of those characters were doing insanely well. Obviously,
Meteor Claymore. Meteor Claymore. Oh.
One thing I did notice when I was thinking about this question on the plane was I feel like a lot of the metas that form in Eternal Return tend to be pretty toxic. I think just overall not having that many character pool or items yet, there's going to be some focus on specific characters and playstyles. And that's why it feels like really oppressive. A lot of the times if you don't play these meta characters, you're just fighting something that's much stronger than you, or you're just in a disadvantage from like character select or build select.
Yeah, that makes sense. How do you think no Neuron could prevent that or like deal with that? So it's like not that prominent of an issue?
Well, one thing that people did to like counteract it was fish and chips, right? They were making fish and chips to get better healing, have better masteries.
Yeah.
But they did nerf it. I don't know. I think they just need to release more stuff and do a better job balancing. Like Meteor Claymore is still not touched. They nerfed the not RNG rapiers, but they haven't touched Meteor Claymore yet, which is kind of disappointing.
They nerfed it by like 3 AP. That was insane.
Great.
Yeah.
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 Surely it matters.
I go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I can't think now.
Okay.
Waterfudge being dumb threw me off. It's my bad.
Yeah, Waterfudge's voice is kind of like an EMP. Whatever I was thinking of, I hear Waterfudge and my brain just goes numb.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Oh, it's okay.
You're
It happens
just
to Roy
kidding.
too. Alright. Any other metas you can think of that you really disliked?
Adela.
Adela.
There-
Yeah.
I like the Adela one actually.
Poor
I like the Adela
for
meta.
one game. Poor Adela
oh yeah,
in
it's
one
for you then.
game.
Okay, I don't
I like that one.
Yeah, Delaware one was pretty toxic, but I don't think it competes against the fucking glove one. Alright.
Oh, I agree.
We didn't have that many glove Hyuns in Glove Island, so we couldn't really
Right.
tell. But Kiara was doing really well with it. But okay, Yan was fucking ridiculous.
I did not
during
want to play the
season
game when Jan was at his peak.
3. Yeah.
Oh.
that was ridiculous, actually.
I was gonna take a break if they didn't nerf him. Like he would just walk at me, tank everything, and then just de-skill me, heal his whole health bar back, and kill me for fun. It was the most unfun, oppressive, like state of the game where he just runs around killing whatever he wanted.
And the worst
So
part about
punish.
meta sometimes is like when the strong characters are not like the most difficult characters, right? At least Adela, I feel like if they don't have Meteor Claymore, they have to like hit their skill shots to an extent. But I feel like Yan, Hyunu, and like Leon were not the most mechanically difficult characters, and a lot of times we just died to them. I felt like there was zero counterplay, and it wasn't because like the opponent played well. They just
Well,
They just
that's
have
what I
to-
hate is when like something's so strong that it wins, but it like they played awful, but they just won because there's too much of a
Exactly.
gap.
Yeah, it's like when Bleeder Jackie was really strong. It's so toxic. Just dying to those kind of stuff, it boggles my mind.
Alright, any other metas you can think of, or should we move on? Wait, we had the best meta, we only won. Bad metas as well. Nothing else, I think.
Can't think of like there's a time where there's a meta and it felt really fun. Like a lot of the times when it feels good is when there's just you can't really tell what feels like. There's no like class of things that are super broken. Just maybe like Sisela's broken and it's like, oh, it's not that bad. We don't have that many of those in NA.
Is that a meta or is that just a game?
No, that's just a game. But I'm saying like when that's like the only thing, there's not like, oh, all the gloves are broken. It's like it feels the meta feels best then, but there's not really like a defined thing in the meta.
Oh, that's fair actually. Alright, let's move on then. Most oppressive character. We kind of discussed it already, but who do you still think the most oppressive one was? The whole season overall?
Sylvia.
Wait,
Sylvia?
during the whole season or
Yeah,
like
most of the time. at
greatest
least.
peak of oppressive. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah,
Uh,
that's the greatest peak actually. So which was like the most oppressive one out of all?
Okay, greatest peak is easy. Eva. Eva was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, it's between
Glad
Eva
we
and Yan
remembered
for
that
me.
one.
Eva
It
and
was gonna be
Yan,
one of those two.
When Yan was oppressive, he would literally on-site me and we could never run from him.
And
And
you
Yeah,
can
because
run
he had
me.
like 0.3 more MS than everyone for fun, and then Eva just killed you before you could see her.
Yeah, pretty much. So
Yeah, it was
Eva,
getting to a
Yon.
point where you would literally 1v3 Pinky when he was playing Eva, and he would still get like 1.5 kills.
Bro,
Gaps.
actually, I'm not gonna mention something me
yeah.
and Roy remember about Eva.
Anyway, yeah, so we can all agree that's either Yon or Eva, right? For most oppressive character. Alright.
Yeah, Pinky face checked me in a bush once, and I charmed him, and he got away and then killed me. And he got
Nice.
melee range. But yeah,
Yeah.
he was fun and fair and balanced.
Yeah, it's really fair when the character has long range, vision check with their E, mobility, as well as a nuke and burst.
Unstoppable.
Adela.
No. Oh, you're traumatized by Adela. That's okay.
Fuck Adela.
No, Adela was
Please,
really good.
Lennox. It's okay.
Hey,
leave him alone.
here's the thing. Adela is really good, but I feel like Adela's peak was not close to Eva's peak. That's
Truth.
what I want to get to.
True.
Eva was actually just terrible.
If we talk about throughout the season, I would say Sisela. Sisela was really oppressive throughout season 3 and season 2 and season 1, but
And preseason.
And season 4 soon too. Yeah, that's true. She's been oppressive for a long time, I mean. So the peak of Eva and Yon was the highest, but Sisela has like the longest duration pretty much of how strong she is.
yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
I'm pretty sure everyone would agree. For sure. Alright, let's get to the next one. Which players surprised you the most in all season 3? Like on the rank ladder or in tournaments? People who you didn't really see in season 1 and season 2 too much, but actually started peaking now, or started getting so much better. Anyone you can think of?
Grandong.
Yeah. That was the kind of
I
the
think
expected
Like,
result.
okay, I always knew Grandong was a pretty good player, but I never knew that when he really actually tried, he could climb this much this fast. It was really impressive.
Yeah.
I think there's a few players that surprised me, including Brad Dom, but I would also say Dark GNX. He improved a lot. I think he ended D1. He didn't get Titan, but he
Yeah,
was
he didn't
climbing
get
pretty
it.
well.
He was really tilted
Uh,
about it.
Ano as well. No offense to him, but I thought his Sicel in season 2 was not the greatest, but he's definitely been improving, and I think he's been proving it in NA ladder.
Yeah. I think he first came up mostly around when he won the Gunner tournament, right? The Gunner and Sh2py tournament, sorry. He won that tournament, and ever since he's been kind of into the scene, at least from my perspective. That's when he started popping off. When he had Eva and Sisela, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the characters he plays are really, really strong, but
Yeah.
outside that, I think he's just improving as a player.
That's good. Anyone else the rest can think of? Because most of the scene has...
Is heart abuser.
Okay, Pi has always been good.
Yeah,
I
still
will
bad.
say a lot of the players, when I look at like the Titan leaderboard, it's mostly people that have been pretty high ranked throughout.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Redung said luck
I
and
guess-
grinded hard.
I
You
guess
agree with
one
us?
big surprise was Bongnailer when he was playing. He
Oh,
actually
yeah.
peaked ranked 1 at one point.
Cake.
Yeah, he was a king for sure. He was just having fun. He fucked around and he got rank 1.
You play two for fun.
It's fair.
He's too funny.
Next one. What do you guys think of which the best character releases? In the
Has
whole
there been
season 3. Maybe I should have
What do
looked
we
up
think?
beforehand which character it started with, huh?
I think Nikki
yeah,
was
I
the
gotta
last
think.
character in season 2, right? Right?
Was she?
Was Nikki, and then after. No, never mind. Hold up.
I'm about to open up the game. I've opened this thing in the wall.
No, you can just look at the patch notes, right? I guess the patch notes aren't all on the website.
Was Natapon a character in season 2 or no?
No,
I
season
think
3.
it's season 3.
Yeah.
So it's like Nathapon, Daniel, Jenny, Camilo are all season 3.
So it's Natapon, Yan, Eva, Daniel, Jenny, and Camilo in that order
Hmm.
for season 3. The best character, as in, are we asking like best design or like the strongest?
Well, kid, which kid did you
strongest one
find the
is
most
easy.
interesting one? Yeah, strongest one is Eva. We already know that one. But like, which one do you think was the best one in strength? Also most interesting release.
I think the most interesting was Camilo. I don't know if that's a hot take. I think the character's kind of doo-doo right now, but I think his whole kit and design is pretty cool.
Really? I heard some people say they don't think he's that bad.
He's really good in
KR.
team modes, but solos he seems decent. It's kind of hard
in
to
the
say.
end of season 3. At least in the end of season 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah, he's gotten better
right
now.
Right now it's kind of hard
Pawn.
for me.
That's
There's
a
no
cool
rank,
pawn
so-
step.
Camila?
Who has a cool?
Nate the pawn.
Oh,
But
Yeah,
he should.
Natapon. Okay, one reason I can't agree with that is they just made him such a griefer. I don't think they should be releasing characters that are so strong at griefing, like Natapon and Chloe being examples.
yeah.
That's why I would have
Because
to disagree.
they've been trying so hard the
I-
whole season to prevent grieving. Happy?
I like I don't hate his design entirely, but when I try to play him, it's just his ult is too bad to like him. Like it has like no range.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the range is so sad.
It's so it's like, how do I use this thing? I can't get in range to use it. It's impossible. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't like
and-
this kid just because of that. And
I would say. Oh,
I
sorry.
don't
go
like
back.
that it just like it just auto combos into itself. It's not actually that interesting. Like the way you play every fight's pretty much the same.
Yeah, the only champions I can like kind of put in like the pedestal, I guess, is Camilo and Jenny. But I do think Jenny's passive is really confusing for new players. I think
I like
Daniel and Eva have really low counterplay, so I don't think they were the best designs. Like Daniel was just super oppressive when he got going with zero counterplay.
I
which
think
don't
Jenny's my
think should be
favorite.
right. Jenny
release
is really cool.
3.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you guys didn't say Chloe, actually. Because she's like very unique, so...
She's like
Chloe season 4. so-
preseason.
Okay,
right?
yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah.
I don't like her anyway, but
You really think it's not a good of a character release, or is it because she's so grief but heavy right now and so clunky with like that you can only control Nina with the alt button, which they are fixing
haven't-
apparently?
I haven't seen her too much yet. Like I've seen her a little bit, and
Yeah, I guess it's hard to say.
kind of lost on her still. But she doesn't look that interesting to me or that fun.
Alright,
but
so
I think other kids look more interesting.
I just don't like characters that are designed and like super confusing for new players to figure out. That's why I didn't like Jenny passive. But Chloe's
Mhm.
ultimate, that took me a while to figure out because I don't like reading. But I guess reading is pretty good this patch. Yeah.
yeah, we definitely have to the last few patches. Alright, then we go on to what do you think is the worst release? So which had like the worst kid and which one was like just really bad for the game as in they were just pretty useless?
What do you think, Fudge?
Oh no. Everything shit.
Fudge.
Bro,
You can't just be here to trash talk the game. You actually have to give some opinions sometimes. Okay, you know what, Fudge, you can think about it. We'll go to Roy first. Roy.
Hello.
Hey, Roy. What do you think?
Uh,
Where's character release?
what was the question? Where's character
Where's
release?
you can literally look at the
Release
stream and see the
three.
topic at the bottom right. If you
Oh,
ever forgot, you can look at
Roy,
it
you're
right
useless.
there.
listen. I think it's. I don't like Jan. Okay, or Eva. I think they're just really toxic. And that's my
I
opinion.
agree. I agree to an extent, yeah.
The thing about Yan for me is like, I feel like I could like his kit, but the way it plays out is really boring. Like it just doesn't. It doesn't let your opponent do anything most of the time, and that's not fun. Like counterplay is more interesting.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I also don't like Eva. Just
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
sniped from a mile away and not being able to fight back is really not fun per se.
Yeah.
I think not the pun we discussed before, so I'm not gonna go too deep into it. But his design is also kind of not up to standard.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. He just like does one combo every fight, and then if it
Yeah.
works, you die, and if it doesn't, then he dies probably.
I would say Nathapon actually. Like Nathapon's really good at the toxic stuff and really bad at actually playing the game. So
That's pretty true.
Fudge, it's your time.
Everything shit.
Right, thank you. That's so insightful. Yeah. Okay, so what do you guys think about this is not really a season 3 question, but a general question. They are gonna rework some characters for season 4 apparently, like Aya, Jackie, Fiora, and I forgot the other ones, but like the simpler characters. What do you guys think about this having characters having simple kits compared to like the complex kits? Where you have like a fucking AR Aya, sorry, compared to like Adriana. What are your opinions on that? Is it healthy for the game?
I think you need simple kits in a game to help people learn, and just so like it's easier for people to get into a game if there's like easy stuff to start with. I think it's like bad when they're really strong and really easy, but you still need some simple stuff in the game like as an option basically. So you shouldn't remove all of it.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. And I think the reason they're getting reworked is not because they're simple, but I mean, Kiara is a really fun character to play, but as the opposing side, it's really uninteractive. And I think that's a really good reason why they should rework Kiara. I think same goes for like Aya and Jackie. When you die to them, it just doesn't feel fun, right?
Yeah.
I don't mind Jackie that much usually, but it's like Aya, I feel like Aya and Fiora, I feel like just have a really simple play pattern that's like, I think Fiora the most actually. I think maybe Aya and Jackie are both not that bad. Maybe need like some stuff in their kit changed, but like Fiora's kit is way too boring and literally just like actually does nothing interesting.
She's also super
ult-
strong right now. I know you guys haven't played much, but with Esprit and stuff, she's actually really, really strong right now. And
Oh
also,
yeah, that item's really good because she
Yeah.
she either played Hawkeye, like she'd play Volticleto Hawkeye, or she'd play Dobok with whatever it's called, the lifesteal rapier.
yeah.
But now she has a rapier that gives her range, so she can just use that and
She
wear
actually has 6
everything else.
items now. It's kind of so
Yeah.
she's been like Golisaur has been terrorizing me at least in houses and other people too. So Fiora actually is really, really strong this meta too.
I feel like Fiora's always been like pretty good, especially in the solo queue and how LP works in general. If you can snowball crazy like Fiora can, and actually get to a point where you're one-shotting people, it's pretty insane. I feel like Spear Fiora did that for a long time throughout history as well. But it's basically what Pi said, like, the kit itself is pretty boring, and with dying to it is also boring. Like, yeah, I don't know. I really hope that these characters are being reworked, not because they're simple, but because they are toxic gameplay.
That's fair. But do you think simple characters should also be okay, it's needed for the game for sure, because for new characters the game itself is already quite complex, right? So if they also have to play characters like Adriana or Chloe every game, then you're definitely not going to play this game. But do you think the simple characters should always be at the same strength level that a really good Adriana or Emma or Shuichi should be, or should they be weaker? What are your opinions on that?
They don't have to be weaker. I just don't think they should really be the best.
I feel like simpler characters should just have less options in general. I guess in a way, that's saying they should be worse than complicated characters. I don't know if it's a hot take, but I feel like if a player is actually like committing themselves to learn a hard character and they have many options, they have to go through a fight and they make the right plays, they should be more rewarded than someone that's just right-clicking you.
Yep, I agree.
Rory, any other input then other than that you agree?
Yeah, I completely agree because it just feels like what they said earlier. It feels really bad dying to it, and it's probably not that fun playing it. So I think they just need to fix the kits, but it's fine having like basic characters because it's actually needed for new players coming into the game.
No, I think the people who play the simple characters really like it, you know? We just have these Jackie players who have 1 trillion games just running around, like, clicking animals once in a while, and then, like,
Yeah, they're having
oh,
fun.
there's a low target cap, I'm gonna go press EQ and see if I get the last hit.
Oh boy, I got to archer range earlier. Time to run this guy down for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
They love
kinda-
those simple characters that take no skill. Sorry.
It was pretty funny watching like the top most played characters in top 100, especially in KR. A lot of them were like pretty ratty characters that can last hit. And the fact that Jackies were going mount slicers just to make their last hitting and their fighting stronger, it's pretty sad, right? And it's like Magnus being like really high rank in KR as well because they can last hit so well. Like, yeah, I guess third partying and being in the right place can be considered like a skill as well, but I just want to reward people for playing well. I don't think that should be a hot take.
No, I think that's pretty fair. Question from chat as well. We discussed earlier about bandage being moved from factory to alley. Do you guys think any other resources should be moved to other zones? Or this
I'll do something in hospital. Hospital.
Yeah, hospital is way too stacked. Like there's like 8 starting there every game, and it shouldn't be like that ever.
what do you think should be moved and where should it be moved to? What would actually be balanced enough, you guys think?
Move feather.
Do you
The
think that
hard
even
part-
after they nerfed feathers so they don't stack in MS anymore?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can still build the items that you need with the feathers. Hospital is done.
Moving stuff is really, really hard, I think. Like, I'm surprised the bandage one went as well as it did, because it's like, if you move items out of a zone, you have to think about, like, you have to move something into that new zone now, and then something leaves another zone. It changes a lot. You have to not let, like, really broken stuff allowed to be built because you moved something.
Feather to beach.
Okay, what
Yeah.
leaves speech?
Stallion metal.
Your case is
I'm
suggesting
kind of
glue.
what I said. It's just like if you remove something from a map and you put it somewhere else, it just feels like one other zone will now get more contested. It feels like a forever like conundrum that it really is hard to solve. And I feel like
That's
the
'cause-
only real way to solve it is less about moving items and more about adding more viable items or
Right,
buffing
that's
bad
it.
items.
Is that there's like, these set of items are really good, and they build out of this thing, and now everyone goes to zones that have that thing, like feather. Feather's
Exactly,
OP.
yeah, like if you move feathers to beach, people are gonna start beach. Like it has hammers, it has gemstones, now it has feathers. Oh my god.
The thing is also that hospital right now is super crowded, and it used to be more often for sure. But we also had a meta before this. Actually, Doc was the one which was super crowded. At least I'm not entirely sure about NA because I played more in EU back then. But like, Doc was super crowded before this, but it naturally solved themselves by like shifting meta. Do you think it could be solved as well just by the meta shifting, or does it really has to be an item moved? Because like back then, Yon was
feel
super popular, Leon.
Yeah, Doc was only popular because of Glove, and that's fine. Like a meta shift can fix it, but at least with Hospital, it's like a large variety of characters are spawning there. But Doc was just like Glove, so you shift something about probably the zone itself, or need a lot more items, or like an item needs to be really bad that they were building often out of that zone.
That's fair.
Yeah, and to go back to what Pi said and I was saying is that a lot of these metas and these items are picked up because of, strong items that can be formed through the route. Because I think items and routes themselves are basically what's making like a character strong or making the meta. So the reason people started Doc is because they could make that 3 router that was really strong for tree, and they can make Blazing Dress or like Smolder Glove, which was really insanely strong. So it's not just an issue about items and zones. It's about needing more viable items, needing like items to be more balanced throughout. That's why I think like if we just keep moving these items like throughout the map, it's gonna be it's gonna be a never-ending change. We're always gonna have to keep moving stuff then. And yeah, maybe it's good that we keep things fresh, but wouldn't you just rather solve the issue and the problem itself from the root?
It's really hard to keep adjusting when so many things are already changing in the game, I assume. So, yeah, definitely think there should be a different solution.
Characters need more viable routes because it's like most characters just run like 1, maybe 2 routes, and that's like because they're kind of locked behind these items are good and they route well. And so they just always spawn in the same zone pretty much.
You sure speak from experience, right? But hard.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of characters that definitely have options, but there's more characters that are locked out of options than have them.
Yeah, that's true. It'll be solved when the game comes out, right, guys?
They just need more
Right.
items.
Yeah, they're adding more items. We'll get there.
True.
They just have to balance the items a little more, I feel like.
Yeah, they do. They do try their best. Alright, one big
Yeah.
change I've missed as well in Season 3. Speed gate added. And they were very controversial at the start for good reason, because they kept the whole game and then they changed it to like disappearing whenever someone touched it after night 1. And now they actually changed it so it doesn't spawn anymore after day 1 ends, or night 1 ends actually. How do you feel about speed gates now, and should they have been in the game at all, or should they have been like never have happened?
I think it's good.
Yes, you like the
Why?
change?
It's good
Why
for
do you think it's good?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Switch.
So you don't get griefed.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. When they first came out, they were pretty dumb, and when they first fixed it, it was pretty dumb.
Oh no. The release one was dumb as fuck. You never could chase anyone in the whole game. You
Not
go
only
around the
that,
circles.
You can also use speed gates to, like engage fights and stuff, which it shouldn't have been really.
Hey,
a thing.
In the words of Celeste, you can always chase someone through a speed gate. Eventually, they'll go away. You just need to keep chasing them.
At the beginning, they didn't go away. Remember?
Well, they went away after like day 2.
No,
Dude,
at the beginning, they never went away.
Yeah. I remember I was in forest.
Oh,
I
yeah.
tried to chase this guy, and we went through like forest, uptown, dock, chapel, over and over, same place. Because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
could permanently run.
Yeah, yeah.
Even after the first change, it was really stupid because I would always know I can go into research center and live because there was like a speed gate. I don't think.
Oh,
that should have
I
been
always,
changed.
I'd always take the speed gates and research center just so people wouldn't have them later, just for fun. Like if I'm walking past in forest or something, I just go walk up and step through it.
It was you, okay. Yeah. I was running away from someone day 2 and I used research center and I didn't get speed gate. I was just hella confused.
I just thought it was funny, and I hated them, so I'd always try to get rid of any of them I saw by night 2 or whatever, whenever they're gonna despawn back then.
So they are pretty
But yeah.
balanced now, right?
Yeah, to go back to like the
They're fine
original actual
now.
question, I think they're good. I don't think people should be getting griefed, and I think
Yeah.
it feels bad when you get chased through like 3 zones early on. That was like the most unfun part of the game, right?
Yeah,
And
pretty much.
Cathies and Jackies used to get their fucking purple weapons in Uptown, and they would just chase you down to like factory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt like they achieved their goal at this point of like preventing early griefing generally, or at least giving you a better out.
Yeah, more of a chance.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Anything else you want to talk about with like regarding season 3? Because I think that's for me at least. I don't know if chat has more questions, but do you guys have anything else about season 3 you would like to talk about?
I will say season 3, other than Eva and perhaps Zahir before the hotfix and Kathy. Well, I can't believe we didn't talk about Kathy, but
Yeah,
I feel like
Katya
this
actually is a big one
season
too. Yeah.
was a lot more balanced than like previous seasons, like by far.
Mm-hmm. So there weren't really any
Yeah.
metas you like per se, but you feel like it is more balanced overall.
Hey, but you say Kat, but have you seen like previous characters in like season 1 and season 2? They're actually doing illegal stuff.
What's different now?
Why do you disagree, Fudge? Explain yourself.
What changed? They can still do things they have done.
Viewer specific.
What? Like, what can they not do now? That changed from season 1 or
I think it
season
just means
2.
that there's more people who can do stuff.
Yeah.
That's a better way to put it, where it's like stuff's still really broken, but there's more things closer to it.
Yeah,
Or at
and-
least it feels that way sometimes.
And I don't think there was anything groundbreaking broken that got released at least, and like unless for Eva. That was like
Yeah,
the
after
only
release.
unit. Then in the past there was like release Kiara, which got hotfixed, I'm pretty sure. That was I don't know if Shuichi was broken or not. Adriana? I remember hearing things about that too. That was all before my time though, so I don't know.
Adriana was
You don't even have to
probably
talk
the
about
worst character in the game when she released, and Lisa Reed was probably the best character to ever release in the game ever.
Yeah.
So those two are fun.
I feel like we don't even have to look at like releases. Just look at like Hedgen in season 1 and season 2, especially season 1. Or like even Dial In. I used to play season 1 Dial In. Why was that ever like allowed?
Yeah. Like oppressive wise, besides like Yon, who was like definitely an exception, Leon as well. Season 3 did feel more balanced. But Fudge disagrees, so. But then again, he plays Lennox, so we don't really take that seriously, do we?
I feel like Fudge is actually pretty good candidate to say balance of the game, because I feel like he has a really good understanding of the meta. If you look at his like most played characters in every season, he will always have played like the best characters throughout the season.
Yes, he's very good at adapting. That is true. Alright, can we move on to season 4? Season 4 is like bigger topics, I feel, for sure. Because we don't remember too much about season 3. Anything else, Sh2py?
Yeah. No, I'm down.
Alright. Let me change to season 4. Alright, first topic is already quite huge. Augment System, of course. Augment System got introduced now. It's still very, very new, and they have it out still. It's very much like League's rune system, of course. Not very unique, all of it, but what do you guys think of it? It is getting fixed in a new patch, because I assume you guys all read the patch notes, because I asked you to. It has been fine-tuned, it has been fixed in last week's patch as well.
Oh,
It's shit.
I love it.
Okay.
You're dumb. You're playing for fun.
Okay.
Okay, I think
okay,
it's
right.
preseason, so they're allowed to test things like that. I don't know why so many people hate it when it's like just preseason. It has added like a new level to the game, and it's
Yes.
a lot more fun now.
It was very
I
fun
don't
to
understand
play.
the hate though. Like when we saw the runes, it was really obvious even before playing it. Just looking at the numbers, they were obviously gonna be broken, and they were. Like to an extent, they were even more broken than we thought they'd be. And we were all expecting a hot fix like really soon, which never really came to save us.
it was.
Crazy.
I remember the first day of Augments. It was way too funny. I was in a Big Sean stream, who's a KR player, and he's reading Quench, and he's like, "I think I'd use this rune if it was half and had no healing."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, I think it was just me and Big Gata's chat, and we're like, yeah, I think this is the best rune in the game. I don't know why. I don't know how that one just made it to release, and then they have like stopping powers release, 3% armor pen. Like these are not the same. They're not even close to equals.
Yeah, I think it's really blatant that Augment System is not balanced. It is not gonna be balanced next patch. I think Amp Drone is like one of the best right now, and it's didn't get touched.
It didn't get touched. Yes.
Yeah, and then
Well,
outside of balance itself, Huko and I talk about this a lot, but Augment System is just one more headache for new players.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially, why is it level gated? Why the fuck is Augment System level gated? I really don't like that.
Yeah, especially because they get thrown into games with already experienced players. You can literally be level
Well-
100 and be matched with new players. So
I
that's
just
even
don't
worse.
think it's. I don't think the augment system is complex enough for like a level gating thing.
It's pretty basic now.
I agree. It's especially what Ayumi said. We don't really have this big enough population. Like in League of Legends does this for summoner spells and stuff, right? But
Yeah.
they're usually matched
think
against
so.
other people that also don't have flash. But in your BS, if you played 5 games, you're gonna be matched against like Waterfudge in normals, and you're not even gonna have the proper augments for them. Like, I don't know what the thought process behind level gating was.
Yeah, that definitely makes it worse for new players. Do you think the augment system would be more interesting if it had more unique features? Like, suggestions have been going around a lot, and people are talking about how this game has very unique features like crafting and vision range and like CCTV control. If augment system would go deeper into that, we have Dia, of course, which gives you like more vision range at night. Do you think it'd be interesting if we had more options regarding that and not just stats or things like Ironclad or more Omni Siphon? So if we would like dive deeper into the game mechanics.
The main thing I don't like about augments, I don't like the runes in League for the same reason, is they're like supposed to be this thing that, like, oh, you can choose to play your character differently or do something more interesting with your character, but everyone just has like one optimal page and it's not actually that interesting most of the time. And because like everyone has access to the same augments, like something's just gonna be broken from there and then characters will abuse it. I don't really like the current. I don't think it's necessarily bad, but I just don't like the design of the augment system, or just like that type of system in general.
Yeah, for sure. I think Ray Kira was the one that said this, but the augment is basically just extra stats under certain conditions, and it's not really fun. And if they were gonna make it extra stats like this, the numbers should have been toned down like
Well,
way.
yeah, that's all like League runes are. Is it's just like this one fits the main best way for my character, so I run them. And, like, very rarely do characters have actual like options in it. Like sometimes characters can take multiple and they're viable and like changes things, but usually characters are just locked into like one thing.
Yeah, so it doesn't
Yeah.
really add too much to our game at least.
I think the most fun augments were definitely like the drones, which I don't know if people agree with, but at least they're like kind of cute.
If they had less numbers, probably, right? If they weren't as expressive as the M-Drone at least.
Yeah. What do you think, Fudge? What's your opinion on augment system? I know you're very passionate about it.
Yes? Don't be shy.
You can do it, Fudge.
I can only think of negative stuff.
That's fine.
That's
You
fine.
can do
That's
that
your opinion.
too.
Yes.
Yeah, please tell
It's
us.
unbalanced. It's never. This shit's never gonna get balanced at this point. They're doing it like small step, but shit's affecting too much in the game. They're making every character OP.
Pour it all out.
They one
Fudge.
shot, or get one shot.
Yeah.
That's true. They lowered time to kill significantly just by adding augments.
And lowering HP, so they doubled down
Yeah,
on it too.
Not to
Yeah.
mention, now you just turn off the lights every time someone else touches it. Console.
Yeah, I hate that.
It's pretty for fun.
That was my next topic as well, actually. You can talk about it now too. The T2K, time to kill, and HP got lowered in the patch. Like, HP especially got touched a lot, and that resulted in like time to kill to also be super low. And the augment systems as well, of course. What do you guys think about that? Is it healthy for the game?
I don't think so. Cause
I do
you're
like how.
Let
Fuck
Fudge
you,
finish
Willie, let me
first.
Go ahead, Fudge. Whatever, man.
Dude,
Fudge, go
you're
ahead.
farming the whole game, and you're just gonna die to random shit that does damage to you in 3 seconds after you farm for 15 minutes making items. Like, what the fuck is this game?
Yeah.
Okay, shut up, Fudge. So I think Gunnar said this before on his stream. I heard it somewhere, but I really agree. I like how like mistakes are more punished now. Like if you make one mistake, you could die for it, whereas before it's like you outplay someone like 10 times and then they just get away anyways.
So you like it?
means nothing. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Okay, Fudge, calm down. Okay, so you like being lower because it's like more punishable.
Yeah, Sylvia's killable now.
Adela isn't
Okay.
punishable still. That's crazy.
It's
That's
like a
good.
careful balance where it's like you want a low enough time to kill where you can punish stuff, but you don't want to like blow up instantly where it doesn't feel like you have much like room to do anything. Like you just, oh, I got hit by one thing, oh, I died. That's not that fun.
Yeah, especially. I mean, the most annoying thing about this game is when you start looting for 3 minutes or so, and then you're done and you get blown up instantly by Nadella, for example. Right? Would that be fixed if we had shorter queue times? Do you think it would be less frustrating then to get like... I mean, of course it's still gonna be frustrating to get one shot, but if you could just go next instantly, would it be fine with like this time to kill, what we have right now?
Right now, probably no, but overall, I think shorter TTK than what we had in Season 3 is fine, especially if you have shorter queues, so, like, yeah, I got blown up, but I can go next.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it feels better, but I don't think that necessarily means it's healthy gameplay for me to get, just a few autos from Fiora can kill, a few autos from Crit Kiara or a Fiora.
No, for
Or
sure.
Li Lin amp right now just one-shotting people. Those are not healthy things in general.
No. But it's like mostly because of the augments and of course the HP changes as well. So maybe if they fine tweak the augments, it'll be fixed at least, and then it'll be more fine. I do think like long time to kills also makes the game boring, right?
Long time to
I don't think
kill
it's necessarily
opens up, like,
boring.
third-party issues. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Long,
yeah.
time,
That's for
long
sure,
fight would
so-
be fine if there wasn't third partying. We'd be making pings 20 miles away.
That's fair.
Yeah, the lowered ping range that they've been doing constantly has been good for that though, preventing it.
Yeah, but they just turned off the light again. So you can't see what's happening in your zone.
Well, technically, because other people can't see it, you should be getting third party less, right?
Yeah, but you also don't know who has the console and just watching it.
Yeah, you're just dice rolling the fight.
Just turn on the console.
Through the console. Oh boy, it got taken away. I'm doing Wick. Oh, where'd it go?
I'm happy you guys bring up vision, because that was also a topic I wanted to discuss. After this one, we can take a break if you guys want. But vision changes. What they've been doing a lot is, we already saw that consoles are getting less vision. So if you like, for example, Temple is like probably the worst one in my opinion at least. The left side of Temple is like pretty much completely dark. There's nothing you can see. They've been changing that. They've also... but they have been putting vision range in the game more on items. Like Cabana got vision range. Dia got vision range in the Augment System even. How do you guys feel about the vision changes that they've been moving forward to? This patch and last patches as well.
Another addition they did to Vision this patch was that you can only have 3 cameras up at all times, right?
Yeah, that one's also
You
huge.
can have, I think it's 3 surveillance and then 3 telephoto, right?
Yeah,
But they're
I'm
different
pretty
from
sure
each
as
other.
well. Yeah, you can have 6 cams pretty much, but yeah.
I think I'm fine with that. I like that more than I like the console change.
You think it's balanced to have that?
Yeah.
I don't
I-
like
I-
these changes getting rid of Vision. I think Vision is supposed to be a skill expression, and if you grab Vision, including cameras over like the zone, I think you should
No,
be
I-
rewarded for it.
I don't like the console one. I don't like having a like you go farm bats and you go make like 800 cameras and I can just light up the whole zone for free. It's way I think it's way too strong to have as many cameras as you want. And they last for a long time too.
I think a healthier change would have been maybe instead of getting like a limit, they could have just lowered like the duration of the camera, maybe.
Yeah. Or maybe if they limited it. 3 is kind of a low number, I feel like. 5 or 6 seems more balanced to me. 3 feels like super low, considering there's like no CCTV vision either in some areas.
What do you need more than 3 for? Where are you putting your cameras?
Bro,
Put
when I'm
one
in
down,
beach, I already
fight
have to
someone.
put down 3 to like light up all the areas or so. Just how little the console gives me vision.
They
I
did
feel
just
like you don't really need much more than 3 at any given time.
Yeah, but then if
more
you
than
go
that,
to the next area, then
wrong.
what are you gonna do with your
Yeah,
birds?
why should you get to keep your vision in another zone for free? Because your cameras last for like 3 minutes, and you built 10 million of them because no one went to a binocular zone or something.
I think the biggest reason I don't like these changes is I think zone control is really boring overall, but these changes are just rewarding like being in one zone, and I think they're just kind of doubling down with like the new cam changes as well. That's my personal take on it.
Well, it's probably like a lot of this reflects on the way I like to play, where I'll control like 3 zones at once a lot of times, and I can just leave cameras in all 3 zones, and I can have console on in all 3 zones. And I just like perfectly safe the whole time. But now that's not really an option.
Yeah, but then isn't
Yeah.
it like easier,
Or it's
especially
weaker.
when you're like playing a squishy character? It's so much easier to just get like caught now because you won't have vision. Whenever you go into a new area, like what Sh2py is saying, it's like more tempting now to stay in only one area and to keep farming around that. So if you ever walk into that area, you're just gonna get one shot because the TTK is also super low, and you don't have.
Well, that's like this is the risk reward of it, right? Where it's like if you stay in your one zone, well, you're gonna run out of resources in your zone, and you'll fall behind like that. So it's trying to force you to go somewhere to take risks and do something with reduced vision. I still don't
Yeah.
like the console change that much, but I'm fine with the camera one.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair take.
it's
I think the
they-
console change was really for fun. I don't like it at
Yeah,
all.
that's what I want to ask too. Console change. What do you think about if they would? There's like a 2 or 3 second cooldown right now. If someone takes a console, you can touch it for like 2 to 3 seconds. What if they would higher that cooldown? Would that be healthier so you have more guaranteed control of the zone? Or do you like the cooldown thing?
Well, the
Or how
cooldown
else
thing
would you
right now
balance it?
does like basically nothing, but
First, the cooldown
maybe
just
if it was
there.
higher. Well, it depends on how high, because it's like if it's too high, people probably just won't go to the zone, or they'll just like leave the zone right away if they can't take console for a while. I don't know if I want it like a high timer on that or not.
I think
It's
half
weird.
a minute or something would seem healthy enough. So it doesn't feel like you didn't take console for like everyone else is just gonna take it right away. Or it's more like something to fight for in that case. Could be unhealthy too though. How else would you fix it? I mean, it probably doesn't mind it too much. Sh2py, for example, does mind it. I don't know about Fudge and Roy. What do you guys think of it? Fudge?
Yeah, what do you guys think about the console changes, Fudge?
It's dumb.
Yeah, I really don't
Why
like
is it dumb?
Because you just lose your vision after you just took it like 10 seconds ago. Someone takes it away from you, and you don't know who took it. Because some
That's very
of the
sad.
maps, some of the zones you're in, you don't even know who took it because they don't give the vision of the console.
Yeah.
My big thing with it is it doesn't reward players now for being to a certain zone early and getting ready, because like even though you're there early and you take it first, so like if someone just touches it, you lose it.
Yeah, I agree. It's not rewarding. I think in a battle royale, it's all about taking good fights and smart fights, but they're literally just getting rid of ways to take smart fights as well. And when I fight people that has console, because my console, they take over it, I just kind of have to assume that they are looking at their minimap and they know that there won't be a third party nearby. And just losing that agency, it really hurts me.
So what people are bringing up too is that it's like a sort of defense point, I mean. You have to be more strategic around it and like defend it, and it gives you an easier engage is what Lockney says. Do you guys agree with that? Can you see it that way? To defend your own console and using it as your advantage pretty much?
I think, at least for the way I use it, is like it just removes more safety from me, because I just move through zones, farm the zone, and then go somewhere else. So if someone takes it, like normally I'd have the console for however long it lasted, and then I could come back there and like refresh it and just keep vision up forever. I'm very safe doing all that. But now if someone comes into the zone, even if I cleared it Like they can take away the safety of me returning there later. I don't really like camping around the consoles because it takes too much. Like I'd rather just be doing something else, like going to a new zone. You can clear a zone too fast to defend a console unless someone's like directly contesting it right when you're getting it.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Maybe it
and I
also
just-
depends on your character. Where should we go?
It also brings up the question that like, is playing around console and I guess traditionally teleport, like, is that good and fun gameplay? Because I personally don't find it fun to just camp.
I like playing at
across
the
the
console and avenue behind the little box, waiting for someone to press it.
Yeah, you sure do.
My favorite
mean,
spot.
It does make sense, like, if you have, like, console in Uptown, for example, and you see someone walking towards it, you know for sure they don't have vision of it, because you already have control. So you could camp the brush at that very moment, and then, like, try to catch them out. So I guess in that case, it could be worth camping the brush, and it is kind of strategic move that you could make. It seems more interesting than just actually camping the whole time. What do you think of that?
I actually do like. That's probably my favorite aspect of it is that when I take console, I know no one else has it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Other than that, I don't really know.
Like,
It's
if
just
they really
weird.
wanted to make it a more of an objective, I think they should go with a Yumi video where they actually make it a longer cooldown, so you can take the console, do some things, and then come back to it. But right now, it's just
It definitely feels the worst for like wherever Wick walks. That one sucks because you take it before
Yeah.
Wick spawns, and then she spawns, and you're doing Wick maybe you're by research center. Well, you're not by console now, and then someone presses it, and you lost all your vision.
Yeah,
I mean, I
it's
will
That
true.
say
one feels
that
bad.
I know a lot of people back in season 3 even just a lot of people didn't take console overall, right? And they got punished for it. But
That's
I
what
don't
you
know.
use your 3 bars for, right?
This change seems like it's just rewarding players who didn't really prio vision. And
Yep.
I don't know.
I was gonna say
Right.
that too. It's just like it rewards the players who previously didn't play with vision, and like I think it just promotes worse gameplay. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just more dice rolls, and I don't like dice rolls in battle royales.
What was the point of adding that though? I kind of don't understand.
Yeah, I'm
Why
not
they
sure how
added
they
that.
got to it either.
I
'Cause I don't
they
think
was
anyone
trying to
complained.
reduce safety.
Hmm.
I think they were just trying to reduce people doing like what I do, where you just take consoles in a bunch of zones. Like it makes you really safe. I felt like I couldn't die most of the time unless I chose to take a fight, and then I messed up the fight, or
Oh,
something
that's
like
fair.
that.
What if they made it so that you can only have console for one zone,
Without
and if you take another,
That-
like you lose one?
That could be better than this, maybe. I'm not sure.
I don't think it
Because
should
then,
be
like-
one. I think it should be maybe 2 or 3. But yeah,
Well, you're never gonna get that many more than 2 or 3, though. Like
exactly. Yeah,
if you could take as many, so like nothing really changes.
exactly. Yeah.
She
feel
just
the
wants
old
it back.
console-
So it's
Hey,
pointless.
here's the thing. I feel like the old console didn't have an issue, and I feel like them just making consoles like worse overall. Like they're nerfing it, like vision wise. I think that itself was like a change that was enough. I don't know why they had to go through like this huge leap to make console just. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I've spoken enough about it that I don't want to just be beating a dead horse.
Nah, it's
I'm sure
okay.
there's people that don't agree with me, and that's fine. Everyone can have their different opinions, but this is my personal opinion that I think vision is something that's important and that's skill expression, and it being taken away and rewarding just camping is not fun gameplay for me.
Yeah, I agree with you. Last thing I want to talk about regarding vision is how they have been adding vision range to items and then also augments. So like Cabana, there was a new item that I read in patch note, but I forgot about which one it was. Also getting vision range, and then Tia also has it. What do you think about the fact that they're like decreasing?
Back up, page.
Oh yeah, Tech Ops was it. Thank you, thank you. He got like 1 vision range, I'm pretty sure. So what do you think about how they're reducing the map vision range pretty much, but they're like increasing your own around your own body? You can even stack it as well. Watch, what do you think? Thank you very much. Pi, what do you think?
I was thinking.
Okay, yeah, you can keep thinking. We'll come back to you
Fudge is
later.
a little slow. You gotta.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I'll
gotta
give
wait
him
for
some
it.
time. I'll ask him last next time. I'm sorry, Fudge, I didn't realize. Alright, bye, Sh2py. Any of you has an opinion about that?
You can go first, Spy. I'm still thinking about it. All I can say is just that it's an evo buff, right?
I
I think mages in general are pretty buffed to Baronin. Especially at night. You guys all remember Verse complaining, right, at nighttime vision?
Yeah, no, that's all I could think about. I was just like, wow, this is like season 1 of verse buffs, but
Yeah, that's
I-
pretty
I-
much.
I don't mind it. I don't think the change is as big as some of the other changes we've seen. I think it's kind of nicer for new players who won't just die out of vision. But yeah, I don't really have much opinion about it, so I'll just stay silent.
don't really like it that much. Maybe. Yeah. I don't like it because I hate when people have a million vision range and then they see you and they can just leave, or like it gives you less options to get on them because they're just really long vision range and they can just disengage from every fight before you even have the option to start it.
Yeah, that's
It like
fair.
lets people run away easier. I'd rather have like stuff like console vision where you can like play around or like avoid it.
That makes sense. Fudge, did you end up thinking of something yet? Or do you need more time?
Oh, okay. So they're adding vision range on like everything for fun. So I'm not sure what's the point of that. So like
Yeah.
they got rid of vision console, like fucking console. Like you can only be one using it. But then you just gave 2 million vision range to everyone. So like, are they just saying to like not use console because you already have so much vision range that you don't need to? Because that's what I've been doing. I just don't take consoles anymore. I just go around, just take them off and leave that zone.
Yeah, I agree. I've been doing that too. I don't really see too much reason to take console as much.
Do you think it'd be more...
And that's why I have console in every zone because you guys are cringe and don't press it.
See,
Well,
it's
no,
winning.
It's more like I
steal
know,
it.
I know that if I go there, like I might take it. I'm risking taking it, but it's like not even worth it.
Like, I'm not gonna grab a frigging cemetery console after like later on in the game. Like, it's kind of useless in cemetery. Like,
I
what's the
think
point of
later on
having
it
the
has more value. Because then the less zones you have, the more control you want to have, right? I mean, you also have a bigger risk of it being taken away, but does it have more
Like-
value?
Well, if
Yeah,
you
like-
do it in Lake, and what usually happens is a lot more people are focused into specific zones. So you get the camera, you try to defend other people from taking camera. The people fighting you don't have vision around the zone, and you're fighting, and there's more people around you, and you just get their party and lose.
Yeah, because either
That's
way, you end up losing.
Summary, yeah.
What if they made it so they turned the vision range into unique passives, just like they did with attack range, pretty much. So you can only have Cabana, you can stack it with like Tech Ops or something, or Tia actually. That's more realistic. Because
Yeah,
right
probably
now,
better that way.
yeah, because right now Cabana has like 2, Tia has like 1.5. So if you like put it together, you already have like 3.5 vision range, which is probably a lot. So maybe if they would make it like unique passive, it would be more balanced. Not that it's like super imbalanced right now, but Pi finds it annoying, for example.
I don't think it's that bad of an issue. Like, I don't think of like. I don't feel like there's too many items with it. The only things I hate are like pistol. For some reason, elegance just has a million vision range on it. So like very
Yeah.
specific vision range items are annoying, but I don't really hate it right now. At least I feel like it's not too many options. Just like everyone has an option for it, kind of, at this point.
Alright, seems fair. Anything else we want to talk about regarding vision? No? Alright. Then we're gonna go take a 3 to 5 minute break. And we'll be back after that with more Season 4 changes. So see you guys after the break. and we're back after the break. Or you still AFK, but doesn't matter because we didn't contribute that much to us anyway. Let's see, we've discussed the vision changes. Let's talk about map changes. First of all, they've already teased that we're gonna get a new map, which is like more casual, they said, with friends. We don't know exactly what it is yet, as far as I know. They didn't release any details or exactly when it is, but we're gonna get it in season 4. I'm pretty sure. Do you guys have any ideas on, like, what would you like to see for a map?
Deathmatch. Deathmatch, where you don't have to build items and you just fight. Please.
Oh, we just talk about new game mode. Yeah, we need one of those. We need a for fun mode, so we
Yeah.
don't have to for fun in normal games.
We're getting one. Yeah, we just don't know the details about it yet. They haven't released any type of details about it. They just said we're gonna get one, you're able to play with friends, and that's it.
Surely this season.
Yeah, I'm
For
pretty
fun
sure.
modes are so good because I can't remember the last time I played 5v5 Summoner's Rift with friends. It's just like always ARAM, right?
Yeah, it's definitely something this game needs because there's nothing you can play with friends right now. Squads is just not it to play with friends. I think it will help a lot.
I think I read something about them doing like random champions, but I hope they don't do random champions. I hope they can just do like a for fun mode where people can still pick their favorite characters.
Yeah,
But yeah, please deathmatch. Deathmatch would be so cool.
just 1v1s.
Not even just 1v1s, maybe like people just all spawn together or like squads just spawn together and just keep fighting and fighting and fighting.
Like a 5v5. Yeah. I see what you
Or
mean.
like 3v3v3v3v3v3.
Something like the one Overwatch does or something.
Yes. Oh my god. Overwatch deathmatch are so fun. God. And the best case scenario would be we get to play it in queue. Can you imagine how amazing that would be?
Yeah, that sounds too good, Sheep. You're getting too excited now. Early access game, okay?
Pass me the copium.
Hey,
Yeah.
can you imagine being a streamer and being able to actually just play deathmatch while in queue the whole time so you have content and then you just get it a rank? Oh, it's so good. Oh
That sounds
my god.
too good. Maybe in like 2 to 4 years. Yeah, we'll get it in 4 years. Don't worry about it. All right. What about the current map? About the competitive side more? Do you think anything else should change about this current map, or do you like it as it is?
They made it flatter. I think that itself is like
Yeah.
good shit that will do on. Like the new map looks amazing, feels amazing. Yeah, I have nothing more to say. I'm all for it.
And we have the snow map coming too, which look absolutely gorgeous. I'm super happy they're doing it because I remember in League, I loved the Halloween map and the snow map, and they never brought it back. I'm pretty sure it was like a season 3 thing or so, and then they never brought it back again. But here they're actually doing the snow map already. I'm super hyped about that. I know some people weren't happy about it because it's gonna be hard to see skill shots and it's like super light and stuff, but I think it's gorgeous and it's cool they're adding that kind of stuff.
I hope there's an option to turn it off. If
Yeah,
there
that's
isn't,
fair.
fine, I guess.
Yeah, they should probably do that.
I
Actually.
don't really like stuff anything that messes with clarity. I don't like.
It
So-
seems really bad on the competitive side. That's true. Do you
I
guys
mean,
think
it's okay?
Sorry. It's okay?
Yeah, it's just okay.
Alright. Do you guys think they should add a new map as well? Like, maybe just for squads or something people have suggested it before? Or do you guys think it'd be fun to have like a new completely map to play on like the regular game mode that we have right now?
I've been saying this for a long time. I think squads as a dynamic game is really fun, especially with friends. But the fact that there's only 6 people in like a small map is really not fun for me. I think they should increase the amount of squads that's joining a game with like a bigger map. I think that'd be a lot more exciting, so you get to see more fights and stuff.
Okay, makes sense. Fudge, what do you think? Great, you can think about it, Fudge, don't worry about it. Bye, what do you think? Would you like a new map, or are you...
Well, at least in terms of solos, I feel like this is fine. This current map. Maybe they could change for like team modes. They could have a separate map for them and try to balance it more around that. But because currently, at least, the way I feel like it goes with squads and duos is like you can avoid interaction a lot more than you do in solos. Like the map tends to close slowly for some reason, and there's just like, you're in 2s or 3s, so the places people are is more condensed, where
Yeah.
solos people spread out. So a different map that could maybe handle that situation better might be ideal for the other modes, but I feel like this is fine for solos, what we have.
You would like to see a change, like just have a complete new map, and I mean, it will be hard to balance properly, I assume.
I just feel like it's a lot of work that's not that needed,
Yeah. That
at
makes
least
sense.
currently. I don't think
Alright.
it's like something that needs to be focused on.
Alright, that makes sense. Do we want to say anything else about the Augment System, actually? Because it is quite a huge thing. We did discuss it. But, like, I don't know if there's much more to say about that one. Or you
I
guys
don't know if there's much more to say other than it's pretty for fun.
Yeah. Or we could just have to look out for new changes, pretty much.
I
Alright.
just think it's hard to make a lot of judgment on certain things from preseason only.
Yeah, that's fair.
'Cause it's
I agree
Everything
with
we-
that too.
only normals.
Yeah, everything we
I'm-
discussed here is just theorycrafts. Gotcha.
It's just a big concern because we know balancing these characters is hard, and they have to balance the weapons and the items, and now they also have to balance the augments. And it feels
Yeah.
like they're just chewing or biting into something that's too big for them to chew on, and that's my biggest concern.
That makes sense, for sure. Alright, something fun we can discuss? Battle Pass. We're all pretty hyped about that, I'm pretty sure. I think a lot of people love it. Are you guys excited for it? Exactly, they just show pretty much how they're adding like sprays, they're adding tombstones whenever someone dies and stuff, adding it on top of the corpse. And like a lot of emotes and skins and stuff for it. Are you guys excited for it?
I'm sure Pi is excited because they're getting
Oh,
the
my
first
heart.
legendary heart skin. Yeah.
Exactly. And we can get it for free
I-
too, pretty much.
Yeah.
The thing
I
is,
love it.
yeah,
I love it. Yeah, what's not to like about it, right? You get more cool customizations and stuff. That's always fun.
That's
Announcer
true.
pack. We've been asking for announcer pack for a long time. It's just a lot of things that's like not really
Mm.
changing the game, but it's just more fun. And I feel like these kind of customization and small things, it really helps like new players kind of get more invested into the game. Another thing, one concern for me personally is I have to get battle pass on all of my accounts, and I don't know how I'm gonna level that.
that is a big thing, yeah. It's also, it's 10 weeks long. The whole pass is pretty much gonna be, I think the whole season might be 10 weeks as well then. I'm not sure. Maybe all of it, but it is like a 10-week investment. So I'm not sure if it's gonna be bad for people who like take breaks in between. That could maybe be an issue. Because like other games have like I mean, Apex actually has a really long battle pass as well. Suppose that's fair. I don't know about other games really.
Yeah, I remember Raja
Uh,
complaining after looking at the weekly mission thing, and he was like, "Oh fuck, I actually have to play the game every week now."
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it. You have to play the whole thing, or you're not gonna get like the top rewards, which might be the heart skin. So stuff like that you could be missing out on because it's like so much progression and so many missions and stuff. Do you think that's bad? That you're forced to like, well, not really forced, but you know, forced to like play the game still to get all the top rewards?
Well, I don't know how other games do battle passes exactly, but I wish I'd prefer to just be able to grind it out at whatever pace I want, rather than like, oh, I finished everything for this week. There's nothing left. Time to go play. Wait for next week's battle pass on stuff to unlock. But definitely like, will bring people back weekly if they get it,
No,
which is good.
that makes sense
Yeah.
too, yeah.
I'm hoping that just playing the game itself also gives you points instead of only missions.
Yeah. The missions could also be bad if people like try to do those missions forcefully ranked. I hope people won't do that.
Yeah, do you remember Lumia Bazaar? They were like the fishing quests, and people just get into normal games and just fish 100 times and then just head boom. Yeah.
Pretty much
Please
that, yeah. Don't do
please
that,
nothing
guys.
like
Don't do it in ranked. Alright, that's about developers. Talk about the upcoming players. Who do you guys think that you saw like kind of coming up in season 3 towards the end of season 3, and who will be good in season 4? Or do you think it depends a lot on meta? Who will be strong by then?
Oh.
Tournaments? I- huh.
Or is like the player base too small to think of anyone who could become better? Or who could be like one
I
of the
think-
top players?
When we talk about rank, that's one thing, but when we talk about tournament, I feel like we've not had that much variety, other than A0 winning Gunner's tourney recently.
Yeah. Kira also won one. Mine last week. Which is like his first victory or so, I think. On a B tier character.
He usually did pretty good though. Like he's
Yeah,
like
Kira always
consistent.
did well. I guess Mactris and T-Tall and Dios has been popping off. Seems like they gotta keep doing well as well.
Mm-hmm. And we could have more duo tournaments, of course, but the way ERCS is trying to go, so that could be a thing. Anyone else you think of?
I think it's just hard to predict how someone will go because, like, some players. How do I say this?
Rely on character releases? Metas?
No, it wasn't like that. It was like some people are better at improving than others, so it's like maybe they won't improve enough to really just like be crazy good for next season, or like it's hard to say when a given player might become like really, really good at the top or something like that. Like people go up and down kind of sporadically sometimes, it feels like.
Yeah, it's just weird because like, yeah, some people have won tournaments that haven't won before, but even when they won, it's just kind of like, yeah, we all knew they were just good players. Like, as far as I know, Ghost and like Slim hasn't won like a solo tourney yet, but if they won a solo tourney, none of us would be surprised, right? That's
Yeah.
kind of my
That makes
thing.
sense. Okay, I can see that. It's just hard to predict right now. Alright, I go on to the next topic. I want to talk about future character releases. We're gonna get I'm posting a picture in the group chat as well, to have you guys have a visual reminder which characters are coming. Because we have a few already announced and like the artist release as well. We have a few who are still in the Immortal Soul, but not in Eternal Return yet. Also, the one not on this picture is Felix, who's gonna be the first original Eternal Return character. So which release are you guys really looking forward to still?
I'm looking forward to Laura. I like web characters. I have benched my account Brendang's mother for Laura, but I'm also really excited that they're actually doing characters outside of OGBS, like Felix. He looks really cool. And I personally think Bianca's release will save the game, so I'm excited for that.
For sure, for sure. Which, what about you? Anyone you looking forward to?
I forgot the name of the person actually. It was like a red hair.
Mike?
Bye.
I did the one's like defensive or something.
Yeah, with like the armor and stuff. She's how do you call it in
Yeah.
English? With clothes and stuff.
Yeah,
A
it looked
Tulu?
interesting.
Oh, I do want to talk about Johan coming. Is it Johan? Is that how it's
Yeah, we're gonna
pronounced?
talk about it later when we discuss the
Johan?
patch
Oh, yeah.
notes. We can talk about Johan,
Okay.
yeah, because that's quite a topic too, actually. True. Hi, anyone? Who are you looking forward
Yes,
to?
Is
there anyone you're looking forward to?
Felix.
Felix?
Well, only because I'm interested to see what they do with a kit that doesn't have to be related to something already created. Like, I want to see what they do with an original character kit.
Yeah, that's what I was super curious about too.
He's gonna be
Most-
giga busted. We all know he's gonna be giga busted.
Yeah. Just straight up made the abilities out of nowhere.
Yeah,
But-
exactly. I want to see what they can do where they don't have anything to work on. What do they come up with?
Yeah, that's
I'm,
true.
yeah. I'm confused how they're gonna do the hack thing for GP.
Yeah, that's what I
But
was
they
gonna
said they're
ask you
gonna
guys.
add.
Mm-hmm.
They said they're gonna add the hack win. Well, I'm not sure how they're gonna do that in this game.
No, they're not gonna add it anymore, right? I'm pretty sure they said they weren't going to.
I
They're
I
gonna
thought-
work on it. Yeah.
Oh, they're-
I saw it on the feature. It's
Oh.
not the Trello roadmap.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
right, because they already showed Dr. M something. He's already in research center, pretty much as a sprite. They're not
I think he
sure
just
about
has to
it.
be- I think that he just has to be a shit character or like a normal character, and that doesn't really focus on hacking. I think that those are two outs. I know in OGBS he's like considered low tier, and hacking in higher elo is like almost impossible, right?
Yeah, it's like a gimmick. Doesn't really work.
Yeah, it's hard to pull off, so yeah, it would be interesting, but they're not gonna release JP for sure until the hacking issue is fixed. And we'll see if that comes into the game.
I just remember Aesop was talking about how like when he joined the team of Dimbledore or whatever, they like had JP art like ready and done, and here we are. He's still not released.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so funny to me that when he joined Nimble Diran and like the team that they actually was working on JP. It's like the longest project they've been working on. I don't know. I don't even know if hacking becomes a thing. How are they gonna do LP design, you know?
Yeah, that does seem
Right.
really hard to balance. That's a hard topic. Yeah, JP is what I was gonna discuss too. Well, that's what I done. Roy is still not here, so we're just gonna skip that guy, of course. Alright,
Yeah,
let's
he's
talk.
just here to look cute.
Yeah, pretty much. I was using him to bully, but oh well, this works. Let's see. Okay, let's talk about balancing. Nimble Neuron is quite they slowed down their balancing. They used to do big patches or just normal patches pretty much every week. Then they started doing a big patch every 2 weeks and like smaller ones like the other week pretty much. What do you guys think balancing has been like in Season 3? Sh2py already said earlier that he thinks Season 3 is like more balanced than Season 1 and 2 at least. But do you guys think it's okay how they do it now? Or...
This game will
Shoots.
never find balance.
Okay, but don't hold back.
Something's gonna be broken. It just happens. Like
Well,
you
that's every
can't balance
game.
everything. Like I don't see how you can just balance everything to like equal state.
But
Yeah, I want Fudge to talk more about balance because I know he's like always talking about balance and Nimble Diran. So could you keep rambling on, Fudge?
Yeah, Fudge, go on. Pour out your heart.
This game's doomed. You can't balance. It's just
Okay.
impossible to balance this game. Like you loot for like the best items. Like how you gonna try to nerf that one? You wasted your time to loot those. Like these legendary items.
Well,
Like
this
I mean,
good.
I think the thing more so is that it's not going to be balanced. Like, obviously, it's way too hard to balance like MOBA type games in general. Like, they'll never be perfect, but keeping metas either interesting, changing, or just as long as it's not like completely unfun to play in, it's usually fine. It's okay if like something's stronger than something else for a little bit, but it shouldn't stay like the best forever or whatever. You should keep things interesting.
the augments also made it just even harder to balance. They just added like another like wall between the balance. I'm not sure how they're gonna do this one
Yeah,
because everything right now just feels unbalanced just because of the augments. Not because of the character. The augments are just making it feel really unbalanced.
that makes sense. I mean, they're gonna like fine-tune it a lot before official release, so we're pretty much just actual test subjects for them to try them on. But it does ruin the rank system, so that's kind of sad. What I said when I first got into this game, like the first few weeks or so, I was like, everything in this game is so broken, and that's what makes it balanced. But now we have cases where characters aren't really broken and just feel kind of useless. Like, Venice has felt useless for a while, for example, and you have broken characters like Adela or Cicella who run around, so... I guess in that sense, this season is more balanced, or Season 3 was more balanced, but some characters just got left behind. Compared to Season 1 and 2.
Also, the balancing, like I don't know where they're getting these like stats to like do the balancing. I'm guessing they're just assuming like getting all the stats from KR and using that to balance. So they're just basically ignoring what's happening in other regions. So like
Yes, because they're small. No one cares
Yeah.
about it, but
like KR, Adela is not as popular as in NA where there are like multiple of them. And yeah, Adela is a problem in NA, but KR doesn't have any, so they don't change Adela for past like 3 patches now.
Right, so how do you feel about how they purely look at KR and they don't even look at NA at all for balance changes though? I mean, KR is the biggest player base.
I think
Yes, they have bigger like database. But, like,
I think it's definitely correct. I feel like NA data is almost useless.
That's quite a
The-
controversial
the-
thing, I think.
we have way less players. It's not even close, and it's a lot of the top players are just they just play whatever they want. Doesn't actually matter. Like a lot of you can watch like the KR ladder, and it's like certain players will rise and fall, and you can like see character strength through like where they are. Like you can tell like some people are really good no matter what, but certain players like come out of nowhere because something's just really strong, and that doesn't really happen on NA, but it happens more often in KR, I guess. Better way to say it.
They have more games to play, so they can just climb permanently.
Yeah, but because they also have a bigger
But-
player base, their top players are
There's
also like
more-
actual top players. Stuff like that.
There's more like depth to
Yeah,
like
their
the
tiers.
games they can have, where it's like they won't have like 30 players playing it a given night or something. It's like they have a much larger player base going on at a given time, so it's not like, oh, Adela's strong, there's 4 of them every lobby. Well, maybe she'd do worse if like there was something different in the lobby that maybe is randomly going on in KR or something.
Also, in NA, Titan players can just get matched with like gold and basically like stat pad. So I think in that case, data is also less realistic, right? Compared to KR, where they don't get matched with lower elo that much, I assume. Maybe Immortal and Titan.
Oh, they still
Diamond
they
League?
have those. It's terrible
they
there
match-
too.
Oh, really? They get
It's
matched with
like
gold?
it's like Diamond to Immortal basically a lot of
Okay.
times.
That's still pretty
There's
bad
not-
because Diamond there is like very different from Immortal compared to here.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's not that different.
Yeah,
There's
that
like
makes
a
sense.
1,000 LP between like some people, and they still get in match. And there's like 1,000 LP. That's like a lot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty huge.
I mean,
then.
The main issue is that it's like they either do that or they don't find a match for like ever.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But yeah, Pisces to basically like what they're doing right now is good. Just listening to KR because their playbase is bigger, their stats are just better,
It
more
would be nice if they
reliable.
listen to NA.
I don't
That's
think
well.
you can get much meaningful data of NA is the issue. Not that
Whoa.
NA is necessarily wrong, but it's more likely to be wrong.
I don't know.
I can see your
I mean,
points. Yeah.
I do think they are catering to NA like more recently, especially because I think ASAP himself has said that he is gonna be a more relevant figure in balance, so he has more of a voice from NA. But yeah, I don't know. I do agree with Pi that NA stats are always gonna be wonky. Like Waterfudge can just play whatever and still do well with it. I don't think Luke is that good of a character, but we have Fruitcake just like dominating lobbies even when he wasn't good, or when he was good. Like the player skill base in NA just seems really high, like really big, and that goes for KR too. So I think just basing balance off of stats itself is like a big problem in this game.
I can see your point.
Yeah.
Mm,
I did want to ask people what they feel about, a while ago they changed it to 2-week balance instead of 1-week balance, and I thought that was like a huge change that not a lot of people actually talked about. So what are your opinions on it? Like
Fudge?
Pi or Fudge?
It was like the main thing I'm thinking of is they still do like a hotfix every week basically. Like they're like, oh, we're gonna stop with the small patches, but they basically still had them. They were just smaller patches, it feels like. But I would rather have weekly patches than 2-week patches, even if it meant like the bigger one is smaller and the small one's probably a little bigger.
I feel like keeping like something like not fair, like overpowered for 2 weeks, just to wait for the patch is kind of really dumb. With rigged up.
I think
I
even 1 week is
the
long.
I think the worst part about like Fudge's point is that sometimes you wait 2 weeks for the balance and then they nerf the character by like 5 HP.
Yeah.
I think if they
think
want to do the 2-week balance, like method, they either have to do like what Pi is saying, do a lot more hotfixes more often. That's like more relevant. Or two, they need to make bigger changes in their 2-week patch. I think making people kind of wait for these patches just for it to be like really irrelevant. Because I know Pistol Ice a lot players have been like waiting for it, like a savior patch, but it's never really come for them.
It's coming slowly. They're just nerfing everyone else and not touching ISIL. It's fine. Guidam's time will come. He'll rise up.
Yeah,
So dumb.
they're like legit just walking like a fucking sand desert. And every 2 weeks they see like an oasis, except it's just a mirage, you know. And I think that's really sad. So my suggestion would be either do more hotfixes that's more relevant, or two, make bigger changes that actually shake up the meta every 2 weeks.
Yes, no more of these bullshit 15 HP, 3 basic attack kind of fucking moves. Like, you're not. They just nerf. Like, for the Sh2py this patch, they haven't really changed his damage. The only thing they changed is, like, spell HP. Like, how much does HP cost for a spell? But that was even the issue. He just one-shots you. And the only thing they nerfed about the damage is 4 basic, like, attack they have.
I mean, small nerfs can be fine, but it depends on how oppressive something is. Because it's like, I remember they like basically every time they've nerfed Adri, it's been really small, but it's always seemed to matter a lot. But certain other characters can get like fucking destroyed, and they just walk away fine. So it's kind of weird, and it just depends on the character a lot of times.
Yeah, I think if they make more drastic changes every 2 weeks, they could destroy a character, get them back again. Like, I would mind that a lot less than having one character be bad for like most of the season.
Alright, makes sense. Anything else you wanna vent about regarding balance? Watch, this is your last moment to
Yeah, come on,
complain.
Fudge, let's hear it.
Hutch, you
Give all
always
your
complain.
Shit game.
Okay,
No,
thank
no,
you.
not like that.
Oh, not like that, Fudge. No, it's not.
That's
Yeah,
not what we
okay.
meant.
No, so, yeah, but okay, yeah, balance, yeah. Let's see. I know I have a lot. I just can't think of any right now.
Of course, yeah, no, that was the same with all the other questions, so that was to be expected, Fudge.
Buff, not the pawn and pistol ISO. David drive for so long. Oh, it was so sad seeing like the right one, not the pawn, turn on stream after lunch. Not streaming for 2 weeks. And it was just a screenshot of the fucking patch notes where they made the ultimate cooldown lower, and he said, "I am not playing today. I am just here to tell everyone that I quit the game." That was like the saddest
No.
shit.
Oh, that shit's that as well.
That
That's
stream
very
hit
sad.
different.
No. Alright, that's it regarding balance then. Big topic probably. Patch notes. So this is where we also start. I have the patch notes website. I'll link it again for you guys, just in case you can keep it as a sort of guide. The biggest thing we will talk about first is Johan. Sh2py, you already wanted to discuss him, so what are your opinions about Johan? He's the first actual support character, even though Numenor said they weren't going to add support characters, but now they added Johan.
Yeah, no, that's what I was curious what other people thought about it. It's an actual character that's built for like duos and squads, and probably won't be as viable in solos. Do you guys think this is like the right approach to champion releases?
This
'Cause-
is terrible approach since the main mode is solos. Like
Okay, that might be solos bias. So, but I
dude,
will.
it's
Okay, the only
more-
thing
yeah.
okay, the only thing I want to just say about this is that if there's a lot of character releases like this, then the solos meta will become very stale, and that's one thing I'm worried about.
Okay, yes, bye.
It's weird because it's like he could probably play like exist in solos, but he just clearly has a lot of effects that are meant for teammates and stuff. And if you made him, this seems like a character that like, if he was strong in solos, he'd just be crazy in team modes. So it's weird. I'm not sure if I really like it that much, assuming they're trying to balance all the modes in the game.
Personally, what I brought up a few times in the feedback suggestions channel is I think they should release support characters to actually make team modes more viable, because The biggest support character all along has been like Adriana, for example, right? Because she has a lot of CC that she brings to the table, and she's like a must pick in like almost every squad. But she's also fine in solos. But she just does a lot of damage, but she doesn't actually do support things. So now Johan is actually like actual support, doing actual support things. Okay, he's not gonna be viable in solos, which is the main mode for every region pretty much, even for KR as well. But don't you think in the long run, because we're still in early access, right? So by the time the game launches, we'll have maybe 4 or 5 actual support characters. And some people prefer just playing support. There are a lot of characters who only play, people who only play Yumi, for example, in League. So don't you think it at least attracts new players who aren't really interested in solos, aren't interested in doing damage? Isn't that healthy for the game, player base? Roy, since you're back.
But huh? Oh hi. I feel like it would suck for some people though, because what if they really like the character, like oh they've been playing OGBS, they can't wait for their character to come out. They come out, they're support, and he can only play him in team modes. That's gonna suck.
True.
And one big concern I have for this is that I'm concerned that if they keep making these characters that are meant to obviously support strong characters and duos and squads, would it just break characters even more in duo squad?
Yeah, because now you have to pick Johan in every squad team at least, right?
Or not even that, it's just like, if there's already a character that is like quadruple S in team modes, and now you have Johan to amplify them, like, how do you balance that?
Yeah, because what I first thought of when I went over the patch notes is Jan has like really good synergy with Johan probably. Because Jan has like his ult, which is like the cage thing, right? And Johan can actually knock back people with his ult. So you can probably like have that as interaction. So that already seems like broken. So I mean, you're always gonna have interactions like that, but it does stronger characters, yeah, like Sh2py said. Any other opinions about Johan or just support characters in general?
I don't
But you
think
don't
he
really
looks
play
that
team
fun
modes.
in general. I don't know what it is about him. I just don't like the general kit.
I think you're saying that because he's a guy and not a pretty girl.
Not an AD carry, he's just a support. You can use him in duos, but
I mean, I do agree with Pi that like, when I look at his kit, I don't think like, wow, that's so creative, like that's so new. Like, it's nothing like that. So
no, I agree. I mean, I like playing support sometimes, but this is not a character that I find attractive either. In that kind of sense. I would rather have a cute Janna or something, or a Yumi. That would have been better as first support character.
Adriana is such a it's a really cool support character, right? That has so much utility and like range, and they just bring something new to the table. This character just seems like it's gonna amplify what other characters already do well.
Yeah. Makes sense what you say. Do you think his numbers are a bit big on the heals and stuff? But we'll see how that goes. What Arxie brought up in chat as well about Johan, because he is like an actual team mode character. The game is currently balanced around solos. Do you think it should stay balanced around solos, or should it be more balanced around solos? I'm talking to people who are very biased towards solos. But realistically, if you're looking at the esports scene, if you're looking at like ERWI, do you think solos will always stay the main mode, or should they transition more to duos or squads?
I don't.
This is a hard question for you, of course, but yeah.
No, it's not a hard question for me. They should just balance to whatever the players like, and clearly the players like solos. Like they can try and balance the other modes. It's fine. Like they're clearly trying to, at least with some percent changes, but it's never really gonna make the other modes good if that's all they do. But it's way more risky to like try and double down and be like, we're gonna balance this around squads, and even though everyone plays solos, we're gonna try and make squads the best, most fun and interesting mode.
That makes
It's
sense.
just hard to do, I think.
They could attract new people that way, though. Yes, Sh2py, go ahead.
Yeah, it's weird for me because I know we're all basically gonna sound very biased because we all prefer solos, but I will say squad is probably the best way to get new players, right? But looking at how Lemon Run is balancing solos, duos, and squad, it seems like they're not really putting too much effort into duo and squad. lowering like damage. It's basically what Riot does for like ARAM. And the fact that Riot puts the same amount of effort for like a for fun mode is the same amount of work that Nimble Neuron puts into a mode doesn't really make me think that duo and squad is like the most preferred route. And I genuinely think that if you're looking at like a competitive side, I think narratives of players, especially in solos, is a lot more entertaining than narratives of like a duo or squad.
I did ask Aesop a while ago, like, do you know if Nimble Neuron's ever planning on like balancing team modes more specifically for characters, or if they're just gonna stick to damage done and such? And he did say that they are planning to do it more details in the future. So maybe we could see like not really kit changes, but cooldown changes or something for like Adriana, for example, who's like so oppressive, or like more specific changes at least. So maybe if they do that and do some map changes and zone changes and such, maybe if the team modes are more balanced, that could be good. Because I
mean,
personally,
Well, the difficulty is like certain kit. Okay, a lot of kits I feel like definitely have solos in mind. Like they look at solos first, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna put 11 with the AoE giant taunt that you can activate on command in a mode where the enemy team has 3 people and you can taunt them all now instead of taunting 1." And it's like the power it had. Like the issue is never damage. Like they can always lower damage, but there's so much utility in some of the kits that duo or squad just feels impossible for them to be balanced.
Yeah, like the only last change I remember that was like aimed at a ability for squads and duo was Lennox Q, right? It does less damage when you hit multiple people.
yeah.
Yeah,
That fucked up solos as well.
yeah. I was gonna say that fucks solos too. Like people just stand next to animals, or your wolf clears
Oh, yeah,
slower,
that's just a
or
counterplay.
it's
Write it
actually pretty
down.
annoying.
Write it down, you Lennox haters.
Yeah, now Lennox kills you 1.5 times over instead of 2 times over.
Alright. Anything else about Yon specifically? Super characters, team modes?
No, I have no interest in that character.
Alright.
I did not want to play
I'm
it.
never touching him ever.
Yeah, I hope you don't
He's
touch him.
ugly.
I'm glad that this might be the last weapon that they add, but I'm also sad that this is like the last weapon they add.
I kind of like just. I almost wish everyone just had their own weapons, because I feel like it'd be way easier to balance, but clearly I think it's a little too late for that.
Yes, I agree.
That'll be too much for crafting weapon. Crafting.
I
Too
was
many
expecting-
recipes.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
that's too
fine.
many.
You
I mean,
don't
you don't
have to make
touch
like a
them.
complex recipe. Ah, whatever. It's fine.
It's gotta be same thing. Like motor.
Yeah, like they'll have the similar components to other things. They'll just
And then
have, like, a
everyone will
weird
just run the
loading
same
phase.
route.
Yeah, if Nimble Neuron's listening, what they need to do is they need to keep these weapons, but do individual masteries. Please do that.
Alright.
Yeah, fuck her.
Heart already has her own weapon and mastery and everything.
Hey,
And
you don't need
range.
mastery.
She's mastery is important.
She's precious.
No, that's optional actually.
No,
Alright,
guys, I
guys.
swear it's not.
One of the big changes I wanted to talk about that I personally thought was kind of stupid in the patch is Alpha now drops prepped items pretty much for mid-roll. So like chain quave, leather armor and stuff. Even piano wire and water. What do you guys think of that change?
It just gives you more reason to just go to alpha for fun. Because you can just make something now guaranteed without any prepping for anything.
Do you think it's of 2 or is it fine? Like having a Sua instantly after Alpha with like a mid-helm is fine? If she
I
earns
think
you-
it's fine. I
It's
think it's
just- It's not a big thing. It's just I feel like it's more like for fun thing. Like because you're basically trying to RNG a mithril gear. Like how many gears are there for mithril? Like 6, 7?
One for every slot.
Yeah.
yeah, 6
Except
now.
for weapon. Well, certain
Plus
characters have weapons.
weapons.
Plus, yeah, mithril glove. And
And
Oh,
then
5
water.
plus weapons. Yeah, my bad.
So like you're just basically RNGing. It's like okay, if you go to alpha without like making like knowing what you're gonna make.
Yeah, I think the main thing is that the other things that dropped were pretty useless. Like no one took it. Like
Yeah.
it just dropped, like it was just like a wolf drop
dead
that wasn't
battery.
any rare items. Yeah, I got a dead battery. I got
Oh,
blueprints. I got electronic parts. No one wants that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, that's
I
fair.
should just give food.
You can also get
I
water
don't-
from
I-
them.
I don't think it's a huge change. I don't mind it at all.
You always
to be
get the
fair.
word from it.
No, I think she said water.
Yeah,
Oh,
water.
yeah, water from the new one.
Yeah, sorry, accents.
Does that mean I can't get tree from it anymore?
No, that's
It's
only-
the
only-
random drop.
I thought only Omega drop tree, no?
Alpha
it's
drops
both of them
tree.
do. I think both
No,
of
I
them
think-
still
that's not balanced.
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
both of them
tree got
still have a
removed.
chance to drop.
No, it said
They removed
the
it,
random drop
okay.
excluding Mithril and Recon Drone, and it only dropped like 3 items, right? So
Oh yeah, so it's not gonna have tree anymore.
no, exactly. So that's like a big change
So
at
it's
least.
guaranteed.
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
get
it's gonna be
guaranteed one of those Mithril prep items or water, and you're not gonna get a tree anymore at all from all
Yeah,
five.
you're gonna get Mithril Recon Drone and then a prep item.
Whatever. Yeah.
Mhm.
Damn, they just got rid of the whole RNG factor.
I mean, that's like you could get a Kundala,
never
right?
mind.
Oh, wait, no, not a Kundala.
Yeah, there's like new RNG. I think it's fine. It's whatever. I don't think you should be getting tree off alpha. Let's be real.
Yeah, that sounds dumb. I didn't even know
Sometimes I
why.
wouldn't
should
get
not
the
be
first
doing that.
tree, and then I'd go to Alpha to try and get a tree there. You know, it's fine.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Oh,
You did get
wow.
meteorite from it too, actually. You had
I'm
like
the
a
only
free
one who knew that,
Kundala.
apparently.
Alright, then we have Omega as well, which also changed. The random drop is now either Holy Water or Tear of Selene. That also used to be like, you could get a tree from it, you could get Mithril from a meteorite. They also changed that now.
Wait, what happened to Omega?
The random
Yeah,
drop,
holy water.
yeah, Holy
Yeah,
Water
Holy
or
Water
Tear of
is the-
Selene. The same thing
Where's the
happened
water?
to Wick. She also has, she has lower chance to drop meteorite, mithril, or tree, but she now also has Holy Water and Tear of Selene added to her loot table. So they're like trying to force those things more onto us. Do you guys think that's good? Big change, small change?
They
Healthy?
changed the drinks, right? They changed one of the water to become like a Banshee effect, right?
Really?
Did they?
What?
Did they not? Okay, never mind. Sorry.
I-
Oh, find it. Yeah. Search for it.
I'm
sorry,
searching.
Making stuff up.
I'm looking it. I'm looking it up.
I made it up. No, I made it up.
They
I'm
changed
sorry.
holy orders.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think that was
maybe that's.
it was Holy
maybe
Orders
that's
who
what-
has it. Yeah.
guys, I was on the plane, 0 hours of sleep, reading the past notes. Please forgive
No,
me.
it's
Okay.
okay. It's okay. Don't worry. We got you. But yeah, they're doing that now on both like Omega and Wick, which also means Omega is not gonna drop tree anymore, or meteorite or mithril. So
No,
you can
no,
only get.
it
Is it?
will. It's just less.
Wait,
No,
did they
no,
add
no,
it to
no,
the
no,
pool, or is it
Omega's-
guaranteed?
It says Omega's
Oh,
random drop
Omega.
is now
Sorry,
either
I said
Holy Water.
Wick.
Oh yeah, no, Wick still has a chance. Yeah, no, you're right. But Omega's no longer gonna drop it, and Alpha is no longer gonna drop that.
So it's just
It's
fine.
less snow.
it's
I feel like-
guaranteed.
I feel like the Omega one is fine. Like everyone will be able to use those at least. Like, I like the idea that Omega and Alpha are mainly like, you know, Alpha is for the Mithril, Omega is for the Force Core. It shouldn't really like I shouldn't be going to those trying to get a tree. It's kind of weird.
I agree.
Alright. Anything else you guys think that stood out in the patch notes? Did you like the patch overall? Did you read it, Fudge?
I read it. What the
No.
fuck is this Banshee thing? This thing
Yeah,
is bugged.
yeah.
Read it.
Let's.
I know
let's...
Fudge read it. He was perma complaining today.
I see. Okay, let's talk about a new one. Temporal refraction, it's called. Created temporal oh my god, my accent, never mind. Negating damage and effects of the next hostile skill or trap, disappearing and returning after 35 seconds. So I was kind of stupid about that one, but Pi explained to me that it's just like a 35-second cooldown on the shields. But it's pretty much Banshees from League, right?
So like
Opinions.
Yeah.
it's good against some people, but it's also awful useless against some people.
Yes, pretty much that.
It's way too situational, I think, and
I would
It's
never
like-
do that.
yeah, I'm never gonna. It's like, what's a character? Like some characters would just be really good against, and then it's like you fight Heart. She throws an uncharged Q and it pops it, and now it did nothing in the fight.
I play Emma, I throw a hat and your shield is gone. And I don't care. So yeah, it's
What?
pretty weird.
Some melee characters kind.
Yeah, it hurts like the melee all-in characters who
Yeah,
like they
you-
gotta get the first strike
Yeah.
to do something, and now that's gone.
pretty much. But they also gutted holy orders for it. And they
Oh, yeah,
changed
no,
like a
why'd
few
they do
others.
that?
Yeah,
Because
The
they
holy
put
order
effect
is
on it.
it's gonna be trash.
I think this passive
think
is
it's
really good
terrible.
apparently. But the item seems bad now. It did the same to Tellurian Timepiece. That one is actually legendary right now.
Yeah.
They made like a force core item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They reduced the
Yeah.
defense a lot. They removed the movement speed. And then they didn't give it anything other than this new temporal refraction.
I think it still has a CDR.
Yeah,
I
it does
think
it to
they're
the
rating.
Yes, it does.
I think they're rating the passive like really highly, like Ayumi said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trying
they
to
definitely are.
see which characters would be really good against, and I'm just thinking like Yuki, Suwa, a lot of the melee characters.
Like hit by Q.
It would depend if it blocks you from getting marked from your Q or not.
It's just any melees that can't do any like ranged attack.
Yeah, I think
Right.
that's the sad part.
Jackie, Yuki, who else is there?
Yunwoo.
Yeah, Hano is like your E doesn't do anything. Well,
Oh wow, that fucks Hano a lot. I actually never thought about that.
Yeah, he's triple F when you wear that item.
the styling, like styling can't like styling.
Well, she can just break it with a Q, right?
Yeah,
but
but you
yeah,
can't do
then-
an E start anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can like R if you want, if adjusting if some happens. Leon, I don't know.
I mean, Leon would pop it with the Q and then knock you up right after and give you a child by impregnating you.
It's just really situational. I don't think I'll build that over auto arms if I were playing some characters, because it uses force
Yeah.
core.
Yeah, I'm
it's
like trying to
okay.
think of a situation where I would go with that item, and it feels like a lot of the characters that it's good against are characters that I'm already not too concerned about.
So you would pretty much never use your force score on this.
Yeah, it looks pretty for fun.
Right now, probably not.
No. I mean, maybe if you get it from a chest, that's cool, but that's about it. They just put it on the new Johan weapon, the Moon. They put it on Holy Orders, and they put it on Tellurian Timepiece, so...
They put on they put it on his weapon.
Yeah, they have one of his weapons has that, actually. So...
I'm not gonna lie,
Hardcore weapon?
I think a lot of us didn't read the weapon, yeah.
No, that's fair.
I just
I
picked
was...
his weapon.
I thought he seemed interesting, so I was like, huh. Yeah, they put also Hex on his other weapon, and his other weapon has, like, Reflection. Which they also changed, by the way. Yeah, Reflection is the Thorns effect, but they, reflects 3% of basic attack damage as true damage, and applies healing reduction. And also the... Take...
Get a ratioed Piemaster.
Bro, he's just a support. I'm not gonna see him in solos. It doesn't matter if he can build thorns on his weapon.
Why
It
does
has,
one of his
35, it has 33 attack power. Look how useless this thing is.
Why does one of his weapon minus 25 defense? Am I reading it right?
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
pretty sure they fucked it up.
No. I'm pretty sure.
That's dumb as fuck.
Yeah, I
Minus
wonder if
25
they're
defense?
actually gonna do that. Seems pretty, I hope they
I'm pretty sure
mistyped
someone
that.
asked about it and they said it was fine or correct. I could be wrong. Thought I saw someone ask Usopp about it.
Oh, I see.
Alright, wait, there's one big change in the patch that I want to talk about. What do you guys think about the feather changes? And the
Oh,
unique.
it fucks some of the characters.
It's good.
Yes, it's so I guess like there will be like less contests for feathers now. Well,
For
like,
sure,
it's like-
yeah, for sure.
Stacking feathers is way too
alright,
annoying as like a safe
like the
like run
like the common like feather stack was like white crane fan and like burgonet, or like feather boots and like lace quiver.
or
like-
banneret and lace quiver.
I was about to
Yeah.
say, there's like been builds where you go lace quiver, butlers, and those are pretty common, and feather
Yeah.
boots.
Like Rousey got hella fucked from this patch. They got
I
nerfed
agree.
and they nerfed this feather item.
I agree. I feel like when I looked at this patch, I'm guessing you guys are also agreeing, but I don't know what they balanced it off of.
Normal
Yeah.
matches.
Wait, so like, when
I
it says
think-
unique move speed,
So it doesn't stack, yeah.
like
Yeah.
like no other movement speed.
So if you have white crane fan
no,
and
just-
you have Burgonet, then it doesn't stack.
It's about the same name.
Like-
It all
like
has the
you-
same passive name.
I think you can still get movement speed from mithril plus feather if that's what you're
Yeah,
asking.
yeah, you would be able
Okay.
to.
Mithril is still fast.
It's a nerf to like base MS, like non-RNG move
Right.
speed items.
Like the thing is, everyone got like 0.3 movement speed for fun out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
but-
everyone was too fast, so this is just to counteract that.
But like this isn't gonna.
It doesn't change that. It's just to prevent stacking it. That's all. They don't want people to stack it because all the very manly builds that built many tanky items would often have feather items in their build too,
Yeah.
like
Pretty
White
much.
Queen Fan and Banneret.
Jolly Roger still gives you MS because it's like a unique other passive.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
shit, Jolly
because that's
Roger.
not like charge mode.
Yeah.
Damn, Jolly Roger just got buffed this patch.
So yeah, you can still go like rockers, you can still go Jolly Rogers, you can still go a feather item, and then feather boots. and
There's
still-
nothing. Wow.
Anything else in this patch for you guys?
Anything else?
Uh,
I feel like the one big good change was the Sicela Q. I never even knew that it gave that much
W.
vision.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so actually had two big changes. Her vision
yeah,
was
she's
huge,
OP.
and yeah, but also her W, the girl in the bubble, can't be cancelled early anymore. I think that's quite a big change as well.
So you can just go dick and it's gonna come down now.
I mean,
Also,
I'm not gonna
exactly.
lie. I think this patch was kind of weird because Eva got buffed, Lennox got buffed.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
yeah. I was gonna ask, what do you
They
guys
got
think of
buffed into like the weirdest thing.
yeah, like, and not like the characters
I
were
mean-
weak, but
This patch was really weird, but I don't blame them at all because they have nothing to base it off of.
it is really hard.
I don't
yeah.
understand why. What's the name of it? Spear. Why does Spear of Longinus have like basically released Burgundy, and now Burgundy in this patch got its cleanse effect removed, but Spear of Longinus literally has the same shield as Burgundy, and 50% tenacity, and 15 attack power, and 15% healing,
Like,
and it cleanses.
yeah. I don't know how they add like specific like passive to weapons, because that's not like something everyone can use.
Well,
not
it's like a
everyone
blood
can...
weapon, so at least
Yeah,
it's
but
that.
that's
but-
only for the spear. Like no other blood weapon has that.
Yeah, yeah.
And Steve does actually.
Yeah, Density has it too, which is the two-handed
shit.
blood weapon.
Like, but like that's the thing. Like not every weapon has like a weapon for blood. Like if everything had it, I feel like it would be fine. But they only have for some weapons. It just doesn't feel fair and like normal.
Yeah, I just don't
Please.
feel like. I feel like the stats it lost to get this passive is not enough. Or I think this passive is just too overloaded in general. Like clearly, like I think the direction they took Burgundy is much better, where it's just a shield now instead of being a cleanse and a shield, and gives you healing and gives you attack power and
Chill.
like just way too many things on one item. Just make it
Yeah.
easier.
I think
Maybe it's a-
Burgundy takes the cake for like the most imbalanced item, right? That really
Well,
Yeah.
they removed so much of it already. It's
That
fine
shit
now.
was
Probably.
the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, it was,
I don't
really,
think
it was kind of cute, yeah.
I don't think any other item was broken as Burgundy before.
No, it was definitely overstated. Did fix it a few days later, or did they do it with the actual patch? I don't remember. Actually, I think it was with the
hotfixed
actual
it,
patch.
and then they nerfed it again.
Yeah.
They did like a triple nerf.
Yeah, it's
pretty
been nerfed a lot already. Like that went from the greatest item to ever exist to like I don't even know how good it is anymore.
I'm sure it's still good, I just don't know how good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
find out during the rank season. What do you think? I thought this was a funny change. Tactical ops got changed, pretty much reverted with this patch. They removed vigor again. They gave it attack speed back, but now 2% less. They gave the cooldown reduction back, but also less. They gave some HP back, and then they also gave it one vision range. This is like
where?
Because vigor was useless. That did nothing.
I think a lot of people always said how Nimonoro never like admitted their mistakes, and instead of like reverting changes, they would always like keep true with it and keep balancing it over and over until they got it to somewhere where they wanted, but they refused to revert. But Tech Ops is like one of the few items they actually did revert. Do you guys think it's better like this? How it is now?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I think the old one was not. I don't even
Like-
like the idea of vigor. Honestly, I don't
Like
think
the
it's a very
thing,
balanced one.
I legit don't even know how good Talk Up was because I don't really get to try it out. I just know like the Karaoke was prioing Talk Ups over mid-tom. I was really confused.
Yeah.
bigger is very situational, like different characters. But like a lot of people use tactiles from before the change. But like now people that build tech ops like that doesn't use bigger, just doesn't have a helm to use.
No, that's
So,
I'm
I-
just curious as to why they couldn't give it like one more patch in the rank season to see how it was like. I feel like reverting is fine, but I think they could have kind of stuck to it more.
I think it was too character specific of an item to be like a headpiece, especially to take away a really good general headpiece like Tech Ops.
It's a really fair take, actually.
there's not many hat choices.
Yeah, no, those are really good takes. I agree.
Like I think where they moved Vigor onto Wonderful Tonight, the worst guitar in the universe, and no one's gonna build it still. Actually, they gave it double Vigor. It does 5% of their current HP, and it's still probably gonna be an awful guitar. But you know they did put it on. Tech
And-
Ops was only I think 2%.
Can't Hard do like 3 stacks in one auto attack though?
No, she can't. She does them one at a time, like every normal
Uh,
character.
I thought she would do because she doesn't have like the only comparison I have is like the Leon bubbles, right? Because she can proc all the bubbles in like one auto attack pretty much. So I kind of thought maybe she would proc it as well in like 3.
Well, I
Hold on.
assume it's the distinction between an on-hit effect and on every basic attack, because it's like
Yeah.
slightly different but different.
Also would
No.
probably be super overstated on her, but I'm not sure.
Well, I tried using Tech Ops, and as soon as I realized it didn't stack in one, like 2
Oh.
autos or whatever, since it was like it caps at 4 or whatever, and it was bad. It does a lot less damage than the diadem or whatever, so
Yeah.
it was nowhere near being worth using.
Alright, that makes sense.
I want to know where this vision range comes from. Because like all the items that has vision range has like laser pointer in it, like or like something in it, so that makes sense. But where did tech ops come from? Or, like,
They
I mean,
kind of
Cabana
just
is the
stopped
same.
doing that stuff, yeah.
Yeah, Cabana
Well,
also has vision range. 2.
Cabana's fine because it's like a meteorite, and
Right.
usually meteorite is
like
has vision range associated with
this-
it now.
that's what I'm
Awesome.
saying. Like they're just adding random vision range for fun, like out of nowhere. Like
Well,
they
pretty
just been
much.
doing it. Like their pack, like
There's
trying to
a lot of
counteract
stuff like that
The
though.
lack of vision that people are losing from console. And,
yeah,
like,
but
yeah.
what was the point of that then? I don't understand the console change.
I mean, maybe they just want to have more people contesting the consoles, but like more safety to yourself at least if you can't contest the consoles. I'm not sure where
Maybe
they're
they rolled
going
it-
either, but
Maybe they rolled the die, Fudge. Maybe they rolled the die.
Yeah,
I
They
mean,
probably
What's
did.
he gonna do about it? What's he gonna do about it?
Some items just have stats randomly, like clearly, but like generally there's like a pattern with what builds into what.
Like Covert Agent Ops always gave you vision, but it didn't have any vision things, right?
Like
Yeah.
Cobra Agent off sucks.
Not
It
that
sucks.
bad.
Like
I
why
remember
would you?
first that it was his favorite hedged chess piece in squads.
Well, now why would you build that over High Priest robe?
Routing?
I remember there was an Eva build that actually abused the vision because every time you E, you get true vision based on your vision range.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Outside, can we talk about the health mastery change? Because I know someone wanted us to
Yes.
talk about it.
yes, we're done with patch notes on. Anything else you guys want to say?
Oh, that's in the patch notes.
Oh yeah,
so-
actually it's right.
yeah,
Alright,
yeah, yeah,
I'll mess
yeah.
with changes. Go ahead, Chips.
The hell?
Or did you have
The
something
hell?
to say?
So I don't understand exactly. So we just don't get HP anymore.
Yeah, you'll get HP regen and out of combat HP regen.
So you're stuck with the HP that you
NSP.
have. Like,
Yeah.
like your
Well,
HP.
you get HP per level by leveling up. in
Yeah, but,
general.
that's weird as fuck. Because everyone's getting one shot right now, so those regions don't mean anything. And all
Well,
the
they increased everyone's base HP again and gave everyone more HP per level, and it
Wait, did they?
yes,
Yeah, where? I didn't see that one.
it's
think
right
this
below
is
a
the
good-
mastery change.
Direct nerf to fish and chips. I think they just kind of saw how cringe it was being, and they wanted to not make us do that.
I mean, it was already so low at this point. It's like 0.4% max HP per level. It's like nothing. It's
I
literally like
honestly
max rank
feel
is
like
20% HP, and right now you're getting like they give you 20 base on melee with 3 per level, and then 12 base
Yeah.
on ranged with 2
Like,
per level.
yeah, I don't mind this change at all. I think it's not too big. I think it's a fine change.
The health mastery, I feel like it's just getting rid of the point of the resting. Because if you're just gonna regen while walking around, like why would you even just sit down and rest in a like maybe dangerous spot?
I honestly think resting should just be like a last resort. I don't enjoy having to rest. a lot.
Yeah, but like
That's
also
what
it's
I
just
was-
like out of combat region.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
So,
So, like lose a skirmish, you usually just rest up for like 20 seconds or so. And now you could just run around. Of course, at the risk of like getting caught or something, but you now actually have like a good region out of combat.
Well, it would make your resting faster too, because you'd be out of combat.
That's true.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
Like if you know you're safe, if you have consoles somewhere, you no longer have to like waste time resting. Pretty much, you can just keep on doing your thing.
It just speeds up the resting process. It's
Yeah.
I think that's part of it.
I think the SP one is also pretty nice, but they did cut SP region as well from like some characters. I'm pretty sure, so I'm not sure.
Well, they nerfed
lowered
everyone's
them.
SP regen by like
Yeah.
a flat amount, and then they gave this out of combat SP regen in the mastery or whatever.
yeah.
Right.
It's fine. Just fucking make SP drinks. Stop whining. It's not even like fucking Shuka. You guys make fucking cocktails and like shit in hotel anyways. Just drink it.
but, like the
I
SP
spelled
you
cost
use.
HP. Wow. But I had to drink
Guys,
stuff to make more food.
Guys, it's terrible early game. Okay?
Wow.
I
My
play
spells
hard.
don't cost any mana. I only
Bro,
spend
you
mana
play
on open
hard. You
boxes.
don't need SP food at all. In
Yes,
any
I
part of the
do.
game.
You're dumb as
Right,
hell.
you don't say the same shit about Shukai right now.
All
huh?
early
do
game, I
it.
need SP food, and you know what? I go and pick it up, and I drink
Oh.
my SP food,
Oh, that's what I do too.
and I don't
Oh,
complain.
Okay.
I don't complain either. They don't
You're
complain.
definitely complaining. That's okay. Okay, so
You
I-
players never complained.
Oh,
let's talk to Roy. Roy, what do you think about the health mastery changes? Have you been keeping up with what we're saying?
What?
Hello, welcome,
What?
welcome back, me. Sorry. Yeah, health mastery changes. What do you think?
It's okay.
Oh, really? Could you be more specific, pretending you actually
I'll
know what
be
we're
honest.
talking about? Yeah,
I
be
read
honest.
that. I read that in the patch notes, and I don't know what it means. Really.
I mean,
It just means you don't get
This
more
is-
max HP from cooking anymore.
Okay, but didn't they make it so melees and range get more HP per level, like at the
Yes.
bottom?
They
Yes.
increase
So
base
does it
HP.
cancel out? Is it like
I don't think
No,
so.
Probably not.
depends how much you're
So
cooking. as
so-
well.
squishy people, maybe it's squishy people. It's definitely just less for everyone actually.
it's
Yeah.
percent.
okay, I
HP,
think that's
what's
terrible
percent
then.
HP, right?
like HP was already low and people were already doing too much damage and now it's lower? I think that's bad. I don't like
think
that.
I think it cancels out.
I don't
Well,
think
no, because
so.
doesn't health mastery affect your items? Like
I-
if you wear an item with HP,
I thought it was percent
Isn't that-
HP
isn't that
increase.
increased by your health mastery last
Dude,
or what?
I just got nerfed this patch. I just realized. What is this shit? Shukai's dead.
Yeah.
Wow.
But if it doesn't cancel
Oh,
out with
Yeah,
the
that's
level
right.
level HP, then I
I
think it's
got
pretty bad
nerfed.
change.
Wow, Shukai got nerfed. Oh, how sad. Oh,
You still have
I mean,
Runox. You're fine. She got
It's,
votes.
it's only 80 HP at level 20, right?
Fruit
Okay, but-
says if
You
you're
got
using 2 or more HP items, you lose HP on melees, but otherwise it cancels out.
But like max
So-
level, it should be 80 HP you get from this change, and then you lost 20% of your HP. But also, you usually didn't max out your health mastery, so that's probably what he's accounting for.
yeah, that's fair.
Like
Right.
if you compare like max health mastery, yeah, you probably lost out. But no one really maxed their health mastery unless they were like spamming foods. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I trust Fruitcake. That guy has no life. He just does calculations for ERPS at work.
I actually like the change though at the same time, because some characters have to like chug food when they take animals, and maybe this helps them a bit because once they fight animals, they can regen really fast. Like Shoichi, I know struggles a lot, and for the SP part, when Emma farms animals, she takes like half her HP bar or SP bar, and you need to constantly drink stuff. So maybe this will help too.
Also, I just want to say that this all the nerfs to Sh2py in this patch, they don't matter because he kills you with the R button and an amp drone. So it doesn't
Well,
matter if they don't fix the
I
actual
mean,
issue.
the thing is, from what I've realized, other people can just burst you down before you can. The things the era have changed. I'm getting bursted down
That's
first.
cap.
That's not
You're lying.
Bursting down your 3,000
You don't-
HP ass.
you don't
Shut up.
3,000 HP, bro. Those 3,000 mean nothing. They fucking do 2 million damage.
I think it'd be hard to find many characters that can just kill Sh2py.
I think it's a pretty good idea that if Sh2py is strong enough to combo people down that easily and melt people down, maybe Sh2py shouldn't be a juggernaut that does that much damage.
Well, they shouldn't make it so I have to cook until 150 stack, and then I get to play the game.
Man, I
Yes,
can't
but
play a
other
game
people need to
called
play
10
the
minutes.
game.
Yes, but the Sh2py's win con is cooking instead of farming mobs.
Yes, the other people's win con is to fight for mastery and risk their lives.
No, they don't risk their life. Do you see Nadine? Do you think they're risking their lives in archery?
Okay, well Nadine is just as us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sorry,
she's
no,
also
I
a
don't
problem. That's
agree
why
with
she got nerfed.
Yeah.
Except she got buff late game. Good luck, guys.
Good luck, guys.
Damn, she's even stronger in late game. How broken?
They buffed her our late game. Best of luck to you.
When is
Although they did
the
nerf her
next
stack
Nadine funeral?
from dogs and wolves.
I don't know. I think I think Sh2py getting nerfed makes sense. I think he needs to get nerfed. I don't know how he is now, because I haven't played in like a ranked setting, but I actually would not mind if Sh2py was weak for a patch finally.
Watch would disagree with you. Alright, let's move on to the next question, guys. This one's from Dark. What can established community members do to 1+ the game? He moved into Q&A now.
Make content. I know making content for this game is really hard, especially YouTube videos, because the game changes so fast. But having content, especially like guides that Passat and like Terror has put out, those are really helpful for new players, especially also Skaz. Skaz's videos are really great. Like, that can really help people when they're wondering about what the game is like. They can just YouTube it and they can actually find content. It'll really help them decide if they want to play the game or not.
So what I do is when I play the game, I normally search up on YouTube, but like, I'm pretty sure this game doesn't have much when you search it up. Like, there's not much content, as you said. I feel like we need more.
Usually, yeah, when you look it up, I find like old Skaz videos, old Tom videos, and then like a couple random other stuff sometimes.
Like it's hard to make these videos because there's so much to cover, but you have to also make it like entertaining at least, because you know YouTube video, so they actually watch it.
Personally, I find it an issue to invest so much time and like money as well in editors, because I'm too lazy to edit videos myself, into a video that will only gain like, if you're lucky, you get like 800 views. If you're unlucky, you get like 150 or so. I think that's also the risk that a lot of people have. But I also think if content creators want to make content, it should be... TikTok is really hot right now. That's what some people have been doing. So like just a 1-minute video on TikTok of like super cool plays like Adeline or Rosie actually works better than video guides somehow.
Yeah,
This is how it seems.
it's definitely a lot of effort, and you
Yeah.
can only really do it if you're actively trying to like +1 the community. But if you really genuinely want more population and you really care, then content creation is probably the way to go.
Yeah, you need everyone
Doesn't
else.
even always have to be educational. Like Superior's video on like rank Q experience, like that one's a me. Even though it's
Yeah.
kind of
That's hilarious.
There's memes too. Pretty much true. Yeah.
If you don't want to put in as much effort, I think the best way to +1 is when there are sponsored streamers or there are like labs event. Be nice to the people that were like invited and sponsored. Like,
Let's be normal, guys. Don't be
Yeah.
weird. Don't
Those
like.
streams nice.
I think
you
No
don't have
Fudge
to
is
be an
saying that.
actor or anything like that. I'm mostly talking about like being in chat. I've seen some people be like toxic towards them for no reason.
I've seen weird copy and paste. I don't like those. Those are weird. Don't do it, guys. It's really cringe. Makes the community look bad. It embarrasses me.
Watch has spoken
But
finally.
you embarrass yourself.
Bro, I don't do this in public.
Where are we? Right now.
Where are we? I
Like,
don't know. Where are we?
exactly, public.
Huh?
Do you guys remember a while ago, Aesop actually posted an announcement in the NA in-houses how he wanted players to write a guide for every character, and they would like have to DM it or send it in to him, and he would put it in the game. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I suddenly remembered that because I remember one of my friends wanted to do that. So something like that could maybe be good because it's like a guide. Actually, I went more into guides now, sorry. But also about content, if they put like YouTube videos, for example, for Skaz if he makes a guide, or anyone else who makes a guide, like Absolute Terror made one for Rossi, like putting that into the client itself, like would that be good? Instead of like the skill videos we have only, doing an actual video of it in the game as well.
They need to do. Do you guys remember really, really old League of Legends Nicosaur doing like Summoner Showcase?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah, yeah.
something like that could be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, also just as a community standpoint, just support your content creators. I don't mean like give them money or anything, unless you want to. Sh2py, Twitch.tv. But if you see videos on ERBS, like leave a comment, press the like button, subscribe, join the notification gang, like a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like those small things go a far way.
Share it around. Share all content around. Everything that like helps generate awareness for like the game. Help. Let's see. We had another question. Sorry, I got a bit off topic. Current thoughts on tournament formats and everything. I'm sure you guys saw, if you guys actually care about the game right now, yes, is changing their format as well. What do you guys think about how the format has been the last while? And how do you guys want to see the formats going forward?
Okay, so for the ERCS one, I'll give a background and correct me if I'm wrong. Year WI got cancelled, so to make up for that, they're doing a different tournament for 2K USD 20 price. And they were
Yes.
asking which one we want. The first one was an 8-week tournament circuit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the second one was a normal ERCS tourney, but you get 2 days of finals over 10 games. 10 games
8-week
over
one?
2 days.
The week one was duos, by the way, just to clarify that one.
Yeah, it's Diaz. I personally think playing an 8-week circuit for 2K USD is kind of rough. I personally wouldn't go for it, and I think 10-game final sounds a lot more entertaining because you already seeded out like teams and duos. That's like really high quality matches, and I think those are fun.
What? I have a problem with that because we could be playing that 10 final games on like a really shitty patch.
Yeah, but it's like that's
Something-
true, I
yeah.
That's
guess.
what you do right now, though,
But-
as well.
Why don't they just do? Why does it have to be a duo circuit? Why can't it just be a solo circuit? Huh?
No, I'm like in general. Like
I know. Well, that can happen in any tournament, right? Like you just, like Gunners qualifiers on that tournament just was on the double lifesteal patch for fun. Like
Yeah.
that just happens. There's not much you can do about that. Like League tries to have a good like quote unquote good patch for their Worlds tournament. Like they specifically make very careful changes leading up to it, and then the whole tournament's played on that patch. And hopefully it's not a disaster like the Juggernaut Worlds or whatever, and some of the other bad metas that have happened at Worlds before. So it's like for these random tournaments though, there's not going to be balance like that. So it's just circuits would make it more fair in a sense, but it's really, I don't think it matters that much from like a random patch or a circuit.
I think if they want to do a circuit, they need to really up the price because it's a really long commitment. Like
yeah,
being available for a whole month weekend is not really an option for a lot of people.
Yeah, even if it
Yeah.
would be solos, it'd be hard. Duos is even harder, because what if your duo can play for one weekend? How are you gonna split the money then when it's already such a low price for that amount of time as well? Yeah. I mean, I put a whole suggestion there, so I do have like opinions about it. How would you guys prefer seeing the format then? guys think would be nice? If you even have opinions about it.
Honestly, I'm fine with like the 8 week, the bi-weekly thing or something,
Yeah.
where you just like
2 months.
play for like 8 weeks.
You would
It's
do this for
just-
2K. I mean, it's not even 2K that you're gonna get. You're gonna get less because the 2K is not for the first place,
Yeah,
of
like,
course.
that's you're not even guaranteed 2K. That's
No.
the thing as well.
Yeah, and even if you win, you
Mm.
get like 1,000, I assume. And if it's duos, you're gonna split as well. So
But like, yeah, we can't really hold a. I don't think they can hold like a huge one just for like NA. It's just the company's not big enough right now.
no,
Well, the thing is, they canceled the 30k USD tournament, and
that
they're
is true.
compensating for it with 2k.
Damn.
They do have a better format in the Korean one has actually a better one. I talked about it with Nero, but I don't have the format on my hand right now. I don't know if you guys heard about that tournament, because Nero's gonna like represent the Philippines in a duo format as well, and their price is actually huge. Wait, actually, I have to do the screenshot. I'll show it to you guys in DMs real quick.
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah, you heard about it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
did
know
The
hear
about
about
World
it.
Esports Challenge. The only issue is they opened signups and the very same day it already closed again too or something. So it was kind of scuffed. But the first prize for that one is 5 million Korean won, which is like Sh2py, you know how much that is, right?
That's like $5,000, and then 5,000 and 3,000. So
Yeah,
first and second.
5,000 for first place. It's duo, so you're gonna have 2,500 each for first place. That one is 2 days only, actually. So they have a lot more budget already, which they took from the early prize pool, probably. But we only have like 2K, so I guess it more towards NA as well. And then having an 8-week circuit could be fun. I know for viewers it is fun, because you have like a sort of LCS format, right? But for players, it's like, why would you dedicate yourself towards it right now?
I personally think the 5 rounds is like the best. I had a blast watching the ERWI last season, even though the teams were not balanced. Just because I felt like the 10 rounds were really like good.
Yeah.
It's 20.
20, yeah, okay. 20 maybe a little too much, but 10 sounds good.
I had to
I
play
did.
I had to play 20 games.
I don't watch any of them.
Hey, it was
I
really
think
fun, though.
as long as it's not all on one day, like I think 5 games max in a day is good. Like going anything past that is just too much.
Yeah, I think
definitely not
5-5
10.
over a weekend is like, I think it sounds great to me.
It's just the problem is they're still like not like officially released. It's not an official release game, but they're also trying to like host some like esport kind of like tourneys. So they're trying to do like something in between. It's not
Yeah.
working.
Yeah, they gotta
That's
focus
like
games.
another argument, right? Would you rather spend 30k USD on like a Worlds tournament? I guess 30k plus because you're inviting some of the players into Korea and offering them a lot. So would you rather spend that much money on a tournament, or would you rather hire someone to like work on Nimble Neuron, right? And just improve the game itself?
Yeah, that is a tough one. And matter of fact, it's just also that they're not going to be able to play. I think that's also just an issue. Like, you see they're doing way more in the East. But NA doesn't really have employees other than ASOP, and, well, ASOP is like the only one we actually hear of. And they don't really have funding either, so... it's just an issue for
I
now.
mean, we get our ERCS like 1k, but that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. That is about it. Alright, I think we're done with, yes, cousin employees, yeah.
Oh wait, I have one more question about tournament stuff. What do you
Yes.
guys think about points? Do you guys think kills should be more points?
Yeah.
'Cause I know there's been tournaments where they really underscored kills, and I've personally found those tourneys really boring to watch.
It's just like a battle royale game. Like in every battle royale tourney, like you look at it, most of the people play for placement. Like no matter what, how like little it might be, they still play for placement because battle royale. Like you can get 18, you can get first. So
So, do you think placements should be high points and kills should be low points?
like, but like then Like there still should be like decent amount of placement, but like I remember there used to be like a kill. I remember some tourneys had like a kill multiplier for like each placement you
That had to
get.
be the worst.
Yeah,
I hate that.
you snowball so hard. That's the problem. If you like 8 kill first, you'll be like I don't know, like 60 points or some shit. And it would be like impossible to get unless someone actually does the same thing.
Yeah, I
So
think usually like the current state of it, it feels like kills plus placement right now feels fine. I think for the most part, when it's 5 games, but when it's only like one or like when you have like a 3 game set and like not that many people make it out, it's actually like 1 game and you're out, or 1 game and you win, or whatever. It's like high kills is fine, but or high points for kills is fine, but it's better with more games.
Yeah, I think the last year CS solos points were like pretty on point. I just wish. Hey, so if we got those points and we got a 5 round into 2 days, I think that would have been like the perfect tournament for me.
Yeah. I've been hosting tournaments too, of course. So about scoring, I don't remember my exact same scoring system because other people did them for me. But I remember that I made kill points back then 3 points instead of 4 points, which is like for you just one. But I also lower placement points. So Sh2py, you said that like the tournaments with like lower kill points are actually more boring to watch. I think the tournaments we had were pretty action paced, however. We did have like 2 rats in finals, but other than that we had like really good aggressive players and like top players still. So I think there's definitely a way to like balance around lower kill points as long as you also lower the placement points to like balance it out.
like the
That-
kill
that's-
points.
The only thing I was gonna say was the thing with the rats is having people like the top 9 get out twice. Like you can just easily get finals if you're willing to rat.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's just an issue with like not having enough player base to like make more groups and to have like less.
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Like it's just top 9 is just top 9. It's pretty easy to do. It's like 50% chance to get in, pretty much. Yeah, it would like be better probably if you have like a 12 groups total or so. That's too much, but you know what I mean.
There's no incentive to actually get first in a group realistically.
Yeah, no, exactly. So you can definitely write it up, but that's just an issue with the player base, probably more so than with the system. Because top 9 is a lot easier. If you would have like top 4, then you probably wouldn't get in with Reading only. You definitely wouldn't actually.
Right.
Because our top 5 wasn't really like our Reading base players. Yeah.
Yeah, routing will get you into finals, but you probably won't win finals.
You will definitely
Unless-
never win with it.
Unless like kill points is like ridiculously low. I've seen some tournaments where like the highest kill player didn't get first place a lot of times.
Yeah, yeah, especially see that in
That's sad.
team modes, I think. Team mode tournaments where you get like almost no points for kills. Yeah, that encourage routing. Anything else about tournaments?
I'm not sure. There was an interesting scoring system that was like recent from
Yeah. Squad tournaments?
that included Alpha and Omega and Wick, including points.
Yeah, that
Not
one
at all.
is the squad tournament
Like,
indeed.
like all these are like problem like the kills and like like the Omega
Mhm.
Alpha whatever way. Flipper just lost hits it gets it. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
like you can't like that's why I hate like if the kills are worth too much in a tourney and you just get KS, it feels so terrible. Like
Yeah,
like,
that's why I like the recent change where it's like you get like healing back even if someone steals your kill if you did like most of the damage. Like that's good, but there's no way to like do points for that in a tournament or LP for that in like solo queue.
Mhm.
But like they know that it's something that sucks.
Yeah, I mean it goes back to what Waterfudge said. It's a battle royale, right? But it'd be cool if they could actually implement a way to give points relating to like if you did more than half of someone HP, then you also get like partial points, which is what they did for the healing. But That is very far-fetched, for sure.
It's pretty hard to do for sure. Well, and it makes some characters probably better that like high burst poke damagey characters. I can imagine am I getting a lot more LP of that? But yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. Tournament scoring for this game is insanely hard.
That is definitely hard. I think experimenting with the format is really, really nice as well, because everyone is just copying your CS is definitely not it. Just try your own thing and host a ton of tournaments and see what it does. Oh, we have another question. Skill expression. Do you think the game is skill expressive or not? And if it's not, what can they do to increase it?
Oh.
Do you guys think this game is like skill expressive if you compare it to like other games that you've usually played online?
I feel like it's less of a skill. It's like more of like a knowledge.
yeah.
Knowledge is
Like-
skill, right? But you mean like
like,
not
do you-
micro skill?
No. Well, yeah.
Like, do you want
So-
to do this here?
Some characters are more micro intensive than others, obviously, but you can definitely just do well playing an easier type character and then being smart about your decision in the game.
Okay, but still from skill expression,
wanna-
right?
Depending
yeah,
on how
there's-
you want to define skill expression.
There's definitely skill expression in the game. Like,
Well, yes, that's
yeah.
What like
I
one
think it's
touch
hard-
along.
It's hard to argue that there isn't, seeing how like Waterfudge is able to get high ranks on multiple characters just because he's a high skill player. Same with like Binky and Slim. But to what extent is kind of a iffy question because it really depends on the character you play, right? Like if I get Titan rank on Jackie by ratting all game, it's not really skill expressive. It's just like abusing the LP system. Would you guys consider that skill expression?
I assume not. It's
I
a
don't
say
like
or
to
no answer.
validate Jackie's personally, so no.
Like some characters are a lot harder than the other, and but they're not as rewarding. Like Adriana's one. Like you could be playing you could be playing like the sweatiest game of your life, but you could, or you could be playing like full crit rapier and just one shot people instead of without thinking.
So which do you find less rewarding? The rapier one?
It's like less rewarding for the high skill one. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're getting the same thing, but
It's
like,
less rewarding for your ego, but you get the same LP.
yeah, it's like why would
Yeah,
you do this over that?
I mean,
Like-
It's super interesting that in this game, high rank doesn't mean high skill, but I do think there is skill expression, in that if you play characters like Adriana or Alex, you can obviously show people that you are skilled, not just macro but micro as well. But that won't always mean you'll be high ranked.
yeah.
And I think that's somewhat problematic. That the best players will not always be the higher ranked players.
It's like adapting is actually really important in this game because meta keeps changing, OP picks keep changing. So what Waterfudge does really well, right, is what you already said earlier, Sh2py. He keeps adapting to like pick the most broken characters pretty much. And he that's how he
Yes,
stays at the top
sir.
ranks, right? So that's a skill in itself as well. Adaption and like being able to pick up those characters pretty well and like do better with it than most other people.
Yeah,
that's
for
what-
sure.
That's what I mean, but like it's not like really skill. Like it's not like I don't think this really is skill expression game. It's like different. It's not skill. It's like I don't know.
Do you have any games in mind that do have a lot of skill expression? I wonder.
I don't know.
A lot of
FPS.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which one?
it's literally like an FPS game.
Like
Oh.
CS:GO, Valorant, or even
Yeah.
Overwatch. It's a lot of macro and micro going on at the same time. There's not a lot of downtime for, especially Overwatch.
Alright. Even when it's like a team game?
I mean, I think team games, there's a lot of skill expression and working with other
I
players.
think team games amplify it. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets harder because there's
Right.
more to like look out for.
Yeah, and then you have to like work with other people, like synergize the way you do things or go places or use abilities, stuff like that.
I think there's more skill expression in ERPS than per se like card games, because we have the card game aspect, and you pick a character, you pick the route, and then you also roll a die on like the RNG aspect. But you also have to be a good player like mechanically if you want to climb to like rank 1. But I don't know if ERBS is more high skilled or has more skill expression than per se FPS games or maybe even League of Legends.
Yeah, I agree with that. Alright, well, that's about it for questions from my side at least. Is there anything else you guys want to discuss or talk about or say, share with the audience?
Alright,
Season's
I mean,
gonna be rough.
yeah, that was what I was gonna ask. What do you think is gonna be the future of season 4? Because I feel like I guess we say it about every season and every tournament, and every event. But what's your opinion on season 4? Do you guys think it's gonna be a make or break season?
I don't know. It'll probably be the same as everything else. I don't.
These augments
I'm
are
not gonna
hurting me.
predict the future. There's no point.
It,
Whatever happens, happens.
the augment feels like it feels like when they changed like the league items. I just like went on a break because I didn't like want to like deal with these. So
Yeah, I'm really hoping that Nimble Neuron pulls through and make the right choices. There's gonna be a lot of competition coming in from other games as well soon. Obviously League making big moves with Arcane and Lost Ark being fun as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that Nimble Neuron makes the right choices here. Also, yeah, we should have more Labs events. There you go. Thank you.
alright, this recent labs was pretty good.
I think the recent Labs is probably the most fun tournament. And I'm not saying that because I'm biased.
Hey, you
Totally
number
not.
1 winner.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Alright, I think we're all over with them. Did you guys want to
Yeah.
say any closing remarks? Promote yourself and your content if you want to, which is only Sh2py's case because Roy is gone again. Fudge doesn't stream and is playing League game, and Piemaster also doesn't stream. So, any closing remarks?
Well, first of all, thank you for the invite, Ayumi. I had a lot of fun talking to Piemaster and Fudge and not Roy.
Nope.
Yeah, I just hope everyone enjoys the game in season 4. We're in this ride together. There's gonna be some rough patches, but let's just try to understand each other. And yeah, thanks for watching, I guess.
Thanks everyone for coming
Thank
by,
you.
and thanks for
Alright.
inviting us, Ayumi.
Yes, thank you guys so much for doing this. And thank you, Roy, as well, I suppose. Be sure the game is up in like an hour, so be sure to queue ranked by then, because I got mad at you otherwise. Yeah,
Yeah.
you too, Fudge. No ranked in League, ranked in Eternal Return, free on Steam. Alright, thank you guys so
Yeah.
much for me. I'm making one more announcement after this, but bye, Sh2py, Fudge, thank you so much. Roy, screw you.
Yeah.
And
Bye-bye.
have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Alright, and the last announcement I want to make before I end the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys had fun. I'm not hosting tournaments anymore. However, I do want to do a special quiz show every maintenance from now on, because maintenance are a downtime. So I'm hoping that every 2 weeks when we have the maintenance, I'm going to do a different event. So the first thing I want to do is a quiz show with 2 teams of duos. And those quiz shows are going to be questions about each other and about their in-game characters, but also personal questions. So I will be co-hosting this as well with Brent Flakes and probably Barry as well. But I will have more details about that. But that's what I want to do more with the content, just doing more quiz shows, interviews as well with our players, just getting to know them more personally instead of constant tournaments. So I hope you guys will look forward to that content as well. And just doing more variety stuff. So yeah. Thank you guys so much again for watching the podcast. 1 hour until the game is up probably. So be sure to queue ranked. And I'll see you guys all next in my next event and check out my streams and stuff too. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Very supportive community. Love you guys. Goodbye.